Good morning, everybody. It is 7 a.m. on Thursday, August 18th. Your government taco forecast today in Baton Rouge. Expect to see sunny skies with a high of 84. Follow Government Taco on Instagram at GOVT Taco for monthly and daily specials. Coming up on OTB, we have a new edition of Big Deal or No Big Deal, and Chef Michael Johnson joins the show at 8:30 for Munchies. You can follow today's show on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at OTB_ESPN, or check us out on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel and subscribe for daily content. Hour number 1 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz Baton Rouge studio, starts now.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, P, they said I got to come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to a brand new OTB. It is Thursday, August 18th. Hell yeah. One day for the Cannon's birthday. This is my oldest sister. The boys got to remind me to call him tomorrow. But it is August 18th. Camp is rolling right along, both LSU and Saints camp. And we have a lot to break down today as the media, now this show, it times up horribly with this show, but the media was given full access to an LSU practice yesterday. I mean, everybody got to break everything down. And, of course, the Saints wrapped up day number 2 up there in Wisconsin, hanging out with Aaron Rodgers and the Packers, and then they got a preseason game coming up tomorrow. So we'll give you the reports from both the interesting takeaways and takes that are starting to be crafted and formed. We got a big deal or no big deal coming up a bit later on as well. Excited about that one. One that includes maybe some biogenetic engineering, some de-extinction, if you will. We got Ron Lane coming up in hour 3 to talk about a book that he wrote traveling throughout the SEC back in 2019 and just learning about all the different schools. Pelicans schedule release yesterday, on the heels of all the toxicity of the Bally Sports announcement, which I've been very clear on. I think it's a horrible price point. It's not about it being a price. It's just an awful price point and greedy and rapacious, asking for $20 a month from those who have cut cable, but it is what it is. But on the heels of that, the Pelicans actually did one of the coolest things they've ever done, and it was a nice little, funny little schedule release videos. Playing very meta, playing to a lot of jokes, featuring David Griffin playing the piano. We'll give that to you later, as well as Rod Walker had a really good breakdown of the schedule and some of the more interesting tidbits in today's Advocate. So make sure you go to theadvocate.com and check that out. Boys, how we feeling today? Jake, what's up, dude? To be completely clear the air here, me and Jake almost came to blows 5 minutes before the show because I have tweeted to Joy Taylor, asking her to come to Baton Rouge. And he bonked me. But I want to be clear. I knowingly need and want to be bonked. I am a unabashed Joy Taylor simp. I love her, okay? I think she's very talented. Always had a bit of a crush on her. And now her nephew is playing football at LSU. Not just playing football. Wait till you see this double move, boys. I mean, breaking dudes down. And Jacques tagged her, as one should. Jacques tagged her. And what is that sound coming from?
It was this one.
Okay.
Hilly had it up to 100.
But the point of all of this is that, yes, bonk me if you must. But let he who is without thought creeping cast the first stone, okay? Okay, that's all I'm saying. I'm living my truth here. And a path is being created to potentially getting Joy Taylor in studio. And it's like Obi-Wan tells Luke when he gives him that lightsaber, these are your first steps, okay? These are the first steps. So come at me, bro, because I've got joy in my heart, and you can't stifle that.
You done?
No. I can keep going. You want me to go the entire first segment?
Not really. I don't want to hear any more. Hey, remember to call your dad and Ryan
Thank
tomorrow
you.
for the birthday.
I actually need you to remind me tomorrow, but thank you.
Oh, you said remind you. You didn't
No,
say
that's
when.
a good point.
So
That's a good point. Fair. Completely fair.
just
I
want to
should
put it
have
out there.
been. I should have been maybe a little more clear in my instructions.
Yeah. I'd rather talk, about Mason Taylor out on the football field. I'm just saying, played against his pops, played against his uncle. They were damn good. Hopefully he's damn good.
We've talked about on this show before how coaches do put a lot of stock into bloodlines, and it would appear that the Taylor bloodline is pretty damn strong because he looks massive out there. And not just massive. I mean, go ahead. We're starting here, so let's just go ahead and play the clip. It doesn't need sounds. You can just keep it playing while we're talking about it. If you're watching, you can watch on the youtube.com/1045ESPN. But this little one-on-one drill, and he's going to get – that's Major Burns, right? 28?
Yeah, he's going against Major Burns, who Coach Kelly in his post-practice press conference praised.
Yes, who it seems
so
like
a player
he is,
that's got a role for sure, starting role.
Yes. Danny, is there any way that you can get the full screen video? Because you can't really see what happens to Major on that rep. But if you're just watching this, you can see how big Mason Taylor is. I mean, he is every bit of 6'5", 250, but what's crazy is, he's still a little youthful in his body makeup. Like, you can see that is a frame upon which a lot can be built. And when you're talking about a great pass-catching tight end, you have to be able to win with size over the safeties that are going to be matched up with you, and you have to be able to win with speed over the linebackers. What's impressive about the double move on Burns, and, it's one play, right? So let's not make too much of it, but maybe, Joy did quote tweet it with 2 flexing emojis. But what's impressive about that play is that he beat a safety with speed, actually, like with route running. Getting Major Burns to bite pretty hard on that out. So Mason Taylor continues to strengthen a position that I think is still a weakness on this team. But his emergence could help that weakness a lot.
T-Bob, I think you and I went to spring practice. I think that's when it was. And you have your offense coordinator, Mike Denbrock, who's over with the tight ends. And there was 2 bodies that we actually recognized, like 2 scholarship players at that time, and everybody else had like a 40 number on. It was as thin can be. And then now, you do have Jack Mashburn, you do have Cole Taylor, which is nice. They have experience. You add in Taylor here, and you get Nick Storrs, who medically had to retire from football, then he found a way back onto the field. So now it's still a room that you have questions about. It's still a room that needs to prove something out on the field. But I can tell you, going from 2 bodies and a lot of walk-ons to what you have now, it's at least, I think, serviceable enough to get through this season. And then you've got a Mason Taylor who can continue to grow, and all the tight ends kind of have different skill sets.
Yep.
Like Nick Storrs is probably going to be your 12th tight end, going to be the Y. He'll be a blocker. Jack Mashburn, we've seen what he can do in gap scheme runs. Cole Taylor has done a little bit of both in his career. So still not where it needs to be, but my gosh, way ahead of where it was in the spring.
Yeah, to be clear, I don't know how Mace Taylor is as a blocker. I've not really I haven't gotten to see an inside run yet. Hopefully on Saturday. I think I will get to for the first time. Jake, I know you didn't get to spend much time out of practice yesterday. Did you have any takeaways?
I did get a chance to go out there just for a little bit because, as you mentioned, T, I mean, they start practice before we're even off air here, but I did go over there for a little bit. I did see Jeray Jenkins make a couple of plays, and I like that Coach Kelly was asked about Jeray in his press conference, and he kind of challenged Jeray.
He did challenge. He challenged a few guys yesterday.
I actually do like that. And Jeray is a outstanding young man. I mean, he's somebody that has come up big in a lot of different moments in an LSU uniform. And Coach Kelly kind of challenged him to become a leader of that room because the reporter, I don't remember who asked the question. So if we go back and credit you there, but they asked a question about Jeray and his leadership and what he means to that room. And Coach Kelly's like, yeah, we'd love for him to be the leader in this room. We'd love for him to be consistently the leader of that room, consistent out there on the football field as well. So, look, if I'm Jeray, I know I had a monster day yesterday. I know I've had him in my career. That's a challenge to me to be consistent every single day as a leader and production-wise on the field. So I didn't think it was something where it was unnecessary. I thought it was a very necessary, hey, we want you to be the leader. We want you to take over this room.
Yeah, and there was a few guys yesterday that I want to say he challenged to be more consistent. I can't remember who the other name was off the top of my head. But certainly Jeray Jenkins had a big day. Word on the street is that Malik Neighbors continues to shine working out of that slot. Some going so far as to maybe call him the MVP of camp thus far. And then Kayshon Boutte. Kayshon Boutte's in that interesting space where I think it's kind of easy to take Kayshon Boutte for granted, or you're like, okay, I know how good he is, so when he does really well, it doesn't mean as much, just because it's kind of expected, whereas you're looking for other guys to rise. But certainly Kayshon Boutte did very good. But you know who had a couple PBUs on him yesterday was Colby Richardson, one of the other names that has been one of the big winners in this camp process, as he is really making a case to be that starting cornerback opposite of Jarek Bernard-Converse. And Brian Kelly revealed yesterday when he showed up, that man weighed 167 coming over from McNeese. So just a couple of months ago, weighed 167. He weighs 190 now. Imagine the hard work and dietary discipline that it takes to, while you're running conditioning work throughout the summer in Baton Rouge, you gain 23 pounds. Like, he physically couldn't compete on this level. Now he can. It seems like he retained and probably improved on the speed and quickness that made him good in Frank Wilson's mind in the first place. And yeah, despite guys like Sevyn Banks and Mekhi Gardner, it looks like right now, at least, Colby Richardson is in line to start.
All right, so, we have Chef on every Thursday. And
yeah, that's a good point.
We talked to him about, like, what goes into feeding the athletes and, how much interaction you have with the dietitians to make sure the guys are eating what they're supposed to be eating. And this is a perfect example. This is major university compared to, and no disrespect to, a Southland Conference team. You just have things at your fingertips where you can do things. You can change your body completely in 7 weeks because you are staying on top of everything. I mean, you have the GPS, seeing how much you're running, seeing how much weight you're losing, seeing how much everything you're doing, right? We have to replenish that. So we got to make sure you're eating this amount of calories. We have this state-of-the-art cafeteria where you can do so. We have it broken down in every single aspect of it. And Jake Flint in the weight room, like they get the same numbers, and everybody – they always talk about alignment over there with the new staff. Yeah. That is alignment. That's chef, dietitian, weight room, everybody, training room, all coming together to allow someone to gain almost, 20, 25 pounds in 7 weeks in Baton Rouge. It's almost unheard of.
23 pounds. 23 pounds.
That's it, almost 25.
Yeah, no, I was confused. I thought it was 33 for a second. I was like, holy crap. Other takeaways from who performed very well yesterday. Mason Smith dominated, especially when it got into red zone play. At one point, almost taking a handoff. And I want to talk about this from a couple of different angles. Probably after we go to break, we'll come back and discuss Dellinger, who struggled snapping the ball during this run of domination by Mason Smith. But word on the street is that the defense won yesterday, won pretty handily, the defensive line specifically. And to that, I say good. Like, if this defensive line is supposed to be who we think they are supposed to be, they should win the majority of reps against this O-line. Now, it's not to say, you definitely want the O-line winning as well, right? Because it's like Jake said before he came on air, you start to get a little freaked out if you have a situation where, like, 7 days in a row, one side of the ball is just clearly winning. And that's not been the case, right?
No.
Thus far. Okay, so it's a good time. But overall, you're talking about an offensive line that has a true freshman left tackle, 2 transfer guards, and a center and right tackle that have never played the position before. They should lose to a group that is supposed to be one of the best in the SEC, featuring Jaquelin Roy and Mason Smith and Ali Gay and B.J. Ojolari. So when I hear that, I'm not necessarily upset. In fact, I get a little excited because who better, as you're learning a new position like center, to work out these growing pains against than one of the best noses in the entire country, like one of the most talented guys we think that you would face all year. But it made me very excited to hear that Mason Smith took over for a portion of practice yesterday.
Yeah, if we want to show some love to an offensive lineman, because the defensive line, everything you just said, I think is factual. You know who we haven't heard about, and I think is a giant sign in how he's doing, is Will Campbell.
Yeah, no, he feels incredibly stable.
Isn't that wild?
It is wild.
A true freshman in the SEC at LSU, and we haven't even talked about, and I'm saying we as in the media, nobody's talking about him because you don't notice him, and that is a good thing at left tackle.
Yeah, so one thing, before we go to break here, last thing here, it's about the O-line, and because you mentioned Will Campbell feeling like his job is already set. Brian Kelly was asked if the offensive line is set in stone. He said not yet. Saturday, they're going to try out some new things, probably move Bradford down to guard, put Cam Wire in a tackle, give Dumerville 1 tackle reps, Turner 1 center reps. To me, what this gives me the feeling of is after Saturday's scrimmage, I think you're going to see a lot of starters named. And it would not surprise me at all if that included the quarterback position. More on why I think that next here on OTB.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Hey, look, we are very proud, very happy to be partnered with Thomas Email and Riverlands Insurance here on OTB. You're talking about Louisiana's largest progressive provider, but they have access to over 100 different providers. So they can shop around no matter what type of insurance you're looking for, be it business, home, auto, renters, whatever the case may be. They can shop around to all the major companies and they find you the best policy. And look, check this out. They are one of the fastest growing insurance agencies in the entirety of the South. But despite that size, despite the fact that they can reach out to everybody and find you what you need, you still get the personal touch that you don't get from these bigger, nameless, faceless corporations. So check out the local Riverlands Insurance today.
Yeah, I mean, they can handle anything. The biggest business in Baton Rouge to whatever you need individually. And you're also going to get that customer service that T-Bob talks about. How about this? Here's Thomas' cell phone number, 225-206-1517.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
There's nothing better than tailgating, but it can be a lot of work. So why do it yourself when you don't have to? Let Revelry Sports and Entertainment set up your luxury tailgate on campus. Order what you want and just show up to party. Book your tailgate today at revelryteam.com. Revelry Sports, the official tailgate partner of LSU Athletics.
Bayou Ford has $14,000 off MSRP on a new 2021 Ford F-150. All new Bayou vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty and free delivery. If you need sales or service, the crew at Bayou is going to do right by you.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Are you a licensed contractor? There's lots of good contractors in Louisiana doing work the right way, but unfortunately, too many unlicensed contractors are working outside the licensing requirements. Working as a contractor in Louisiana requires a license for the company doing the work. The Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors wants to help you get licensed to allow you to conduct work legally. It's not difficult to get the license. We can help you. Go to lacontractor.org for more information. Licensed contractors, it's the law.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
Scona inviting you to join us for Thursday's AFR, presented by the Aesthetic Medicine and Anti-Aging Clinics of Louisiana. Connor Orr wrote the Sports Illustrated cover story on Joe Burrow. He joins us on AFR Thursday, 3 to 6, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Esther and T-Bob, the 2022 LAB Prestige Award winner for Best Sports Radio Show. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Does Cracker Barrel really have cream cheese stuffed pancakes?
I hope so.
Because that sounds amazing.
It does.
Cream cheese is one of those foods that you can put it in almost anything and eat it with almost anything, and it will taste good. Like sweet, savory. I guess it itself is a little savory, but nobody's ever been mad getting extra savoriness out of cream cheese.
I need a good, like,
sushi,
true fat boy meal.
Well, yeah, you do, because you eat very healthy.
I need a, you know what I'm saying? Like
healthy.
One of those ones where in the middle of the meal, you have to kind of sit back, take a deep breath.
Unbutton the pants.
Probably.
Well, ideally, you're not wearing button pants.
Yeah, probably wearing elastic, but same concept.
Yeah.
And you rethink your process of what's going on right now, and then you go back in. You're full. You don't need to, but just out of principle, you go back in and you finish whatever delicious meal's in front of you.
I always find when you do that and then you eat to the point of pain, the way to make yourself feel better after, it's very hard to force yourself to do, but is to maybe get up and walk around a little bit. It was like at the late last week. I ate way too many burgers. Just went on an absolute burger murder spree. And next thing you know, I thought I was about to like pass out and just never move again. Force myself to get up, run around, kick the soccer ball around a little bit. 10 minutes later, energy levels picking back up, kind of to shake loose the gastrointestinal tract, if you will. And it worked out.
How many times do you think Mario's been sitting there and he's had one too many burgers?
One too many burgers.
He's like,
it's a real thing, dude. I mean, it is always interesting to me how when you make your own burgers and dogs in the grill, you eat so many of them. Compared to if you go to a restaurant, you're only getting one burger. Regardless of patty size. Like maybe you get a big restaurant patty, maybe you don't. But either way, you're only getting one burger.
From the get-go, it's like either a burger and a dog, 2 burgers, 2 dogs, and you never would do that elsewhere.
No, exactly. Yeah, you're not going to sit down at a restaurant and be like, hey,
2 burgers.
I'll take 2 cheeseburgers, 3 hot dogs. If you could throw in some like chips and guac maybe there as well.
Some fries for sure.
We have all these Doritos and all these like kids chips. So throw in a couple bags of those also. I would love that. It'll just drop it all on the table, and I'm just going to pick for that. I'm just going to eat for the next hour.
Is it better? Y'all decide what better means. But is it better to eat 2 burgers with 2 different buns or just like a mega burger with more than 1 patty?
Better what? Health-wise or better tasting?
I guess so.
Health-wise, the least amount of carbs.
Yeah, it would be the double burger because you're not doubling on bread and other.
I go lettuce wraps all the time.
Gotcha. When I worked for the Pelicans, it was like buffet-style lunch, and I always struggled with that. Like, do I put more patties or do I just make 2 separate burgers?
Well, I mean, 2 separate burgers to me is the play if you're just going for pure enjoyment, right? Because maybe you go with like a little barbecue sauce and ketchup on one burger, right? And you make it a little more Southwest style. And
That's
maybe
what I
on
did.
The other burger.
One was pepper jack and one was cheddar cheese.
There you go. A classic. But that is the fatter way, to be clear.
Yeah, 100%. Abo, great point. Sounds like you are talking about Mr. Gaddy's. Absolutely. I will go to Gaddy's and just go absolutely ham. In fact, they had the new arcade, if that can interest you, T-Bob, on the one right there on Essen.
Okay.
They just completely redid it.
Really?
Yeah,
I'll bring the girls by there, too.
My mom and my brother, they took the boys over there last week and said it was pretty good. Pretty good. I told you my Tommy Moffitt story. I'm at Mr. Gaddy's in Shreveport. He calls over the summertime to check on how my workouts are going at home. My mom answers, tells him we're at Mr. Gaddy's, and it was the most terrified moment. And I'm like a junior.
I've actually never been.
It's like the most terrified I was. Like, Mom, how in the world could you have admitted we were at Mr. Gaddy's to Tommy Moffitt?
Yeah. I mean, you were a junior at that point. You were already in Moffitt's good graces, dude.
Going into my junior season. You know what I'm saying? So,
of college, though?
Yeah. He's still
Tommy already loved you at that point, though. Maybe if you were a slappy freshman, you could have been in a bit of trouble. That man used to hate Cane's toast. He used to rail invective against cane toast almost daily against all of us fat-ass O-linemen. Barbecue sauce and ketchup on one burger? Yeah, absolutely. Urban Sombrero. It's great. It's delicious. Okay, you know what? Y'all have given me something to go to. I'm going to go check out some Mr. Gaddy's.
I think the girls would love it.
Yeah, I think so too. Matthew Chauvin says, sounds like he's talking about Lambert's. How about this?
Oh, Lambert's.
I bet you cannot find a more country couple of names than my mother's parents for Manny. Lambert and Gwyneth. How about that? That is some good Southern naming right there.
My mom's Nancy Sue.
Nancy Sue's up there. That is wonderful. That is wonderful as well.
My grandmother, my dad's mom, Edna Maxine.
Damn. Say Edna.
Hey, my dad's just Joey.
Edna
His
Maxine.
dad, Tommy Joe, not Thomas Joseph. His brother, not Samuel, just Sammy.
Yeah, you got to love it. No Robert here, just Bobby. Okay, so what I said before the break was this Saturday, I expect a lot of starters to be named. And the reason why are a couple. First off, the timing of it. In a lot of ways, this Saturday's scrimmage, what date will that be? The 21st? Games on the 4th, right? Or the 5th? Generally, you want to start prepping for that team a week and a half, 2 weeks ahead of time. Like, the timing of it all makes sense to where Saturday could almost be an end to the traditional camp. And I don't know this for sure. Maybe I'm wrong here. My read on is that Saturday may be like an end to the traditional camp setup, and that maybe you move to more of a first team, scout team sort of breakdown and starting to scout
That's
FSU.
coming.
And you'll have
soon,
a game.
yeah.
Right, like probably after Saturday.
Yeah.
And so with that in mind, you have to have starters. So when Brian Kelly tells me after the practice that he's going to give some of these other guys a shot with the ones on the offensive line, to me, that feels like a final look. Almost like a final tryout. Well, look here. We're going to give you one more opportunity to prove that you can extend this position battle. But if you can't, or if you don't perform as well, well, then we're going to go ahead and name these other guys, and we'll start to form the roster hierarchy. I think you could also apply that to quarterback. I think there's a good chance that Saturday could be the final day before they name a guy. I have not been I've not been in practice a ton, and so you can tell me if I'm wrong here, Jake. It definitely feels like Jaden Daniels is in the lead here. And if he plays well on Saturday, I think I would expect him to be named the starter.
I'm not quite to your point just yet. I'm not saying there's a leader right now at all. I think just listen to what Coach Denbrock said when he sat down with us. I think it's close enough still that they're not ready to name a starter.
Yeah.
And it's always say, oh, he's a leader in the clubhouse. Well, right now you have two guys that are battling. And, you know, the different times we've been out there, it's been one guy, the other, it's been, you know, the other quarterback. So I'm not really sure that it's close, but you have to remember, one day in training camp is like a week's worth of practice. So when we say it's not, so when I say it's not close, like, okay, today's the 18th. Well, if you get to the 23rd, which is like Tuesday, I mean, that's a long time in training camp days. Like in real time, it's not that long. In training camp days, that's, I mean, you're talking about.
It's like dog years.
It really is. I mean, you know, T-Bob being kind of in it. You know what I'm saying now?
Yeah.
Like, if you miss a training camp
You're saying
practice,
these things can
they always
happen
say it's like
fast.
missing a week's worth of
Yeah,
normal
you're saying
practice.
these things can happen fast, whereas you're saying it could not be clear now, but in a couple of days it could be clear.
Right. So you got two guys out there battling. This weekend's going to be massive for that. And I agree with you. Like, once we get past this weekend, I would assume, because you're going to start, like, really scout team, like, you can have maroon jerseys out there probably by, at the latest, next Wednesday, 10 days out.
It would have to be next Wednesday.
I would assume probably next Monday.
Dude.
But
that's what I'm
certainly,
saying.
like,
I think it's Monday.
On Wednesday, you're going against scout team a lot.
Yeah, and then you're going to have a game to break down against Duquesne right after that. Unfortunately, that means that UCLA gets the warm-up, or excuse me, UCLA, right? Freudian slip there. Means that FSU gets the warm-up game that UCLA had, which is probably the scariest part about all of this, is that this is a team in Florida State that is carrying itself with confidence. It doesn't know that it's bad yet, if indeed it is bad. The fan base is as bullish as they have been in years, and they get that warm, like the parallels to UCLA last year are a bit worrying. You think Brian Kelly says? You think he says anything about any sissy maroon before the game?
Probably not.
I forgot about that.
I did forget about that.
That was wild. What a wild time.
That game and just that whole experience. It was an LSU team that wasn't ready, and UCLA was. I mean, so I understand what you're saying. Like Florida State having Duquesne having that week 0 game to work out some rust, but like LSU has to be more prepared. Like that's why there's a new staff. That's why there's a new everything.
They did not understand their team last year at all.
No.
The coaches did not. By the time the game started, even though this one had so much turnover, has been built from the ground up. We'll see if they do.
Like remember, I mean, UCLA was lining up and running counter, and you couldn't stop it.
Yeah,
like they didn't go away from it.
And then you later held Alabama to like 5 rushing yards or something insane. So it's like,
I mean, Charbonnet is a very, very good running back at UCLA, but they were lining up, telling you what was coming, and you as LSU couldn't stop it. Like that tells you you're not ready to play.
You also couldn't stop Baby Gronk. Where'd he end up going in the league? Do you remember?
He got drafted.
I know he got drafted. He got drafted pretty early, 3rd or 4th.
He's in the AFC West. The Broncos, I think. Yeah, he's on the Broncos.
Okay, watch out for him. Yeah. All right, coming up next here. Anything else on LSU, Jake, before we move on? Oh, last thing here. Kayshon Boutte yesterday he says his last name Boutte. So no more Boutte for me. I'll only be saying
like typically you're so excited about that. I know typically like in South Louisiana, there's always a little bit of a lanyap on the old last name. You know, it's always a little bit extra, but
I'm not talking about like, I think the correct pronunciation would be Boutte, like Abel or something, but like
okay. I'm gonna only start clearing my throat when I say your last name.
It's so hard to do that French R thing, but also I just call however you pronounce your last name is how I'm going to say it. So Kayshon Boutte.
Oh, for sure,
it's Boutte now.
I did radio yesterday with Jake Butt.
Wow, Jake Butt's in the media game now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Speaking of Broncos tight ends,
right?
Yeah. For
How about
Michigan.
that?
Yeah.
Tight end. Jake Butt.
Yeah, we were talking like I met him.
Tight butt.
Like, so we have a show. We have College Sports Today that comes on right before off campus. So I met him for like 25 seconds before we actually went on because we're on the same Zoom call. There he goes, yeah, Jake Butt. I was like, dude, I played my quarterback in high school was John David Boutte. I know the Booties. We're not even going to make mention of it. We're good.
I was going to say you could call him Jay Boutte. It's a good nickname.
His Twitter handle is Jay Boutte.
There you go. There you go. All right, when we get back, let's talk Saints. They were up in Green Bay, second in a row. How'd they do? We'll hear about it next here on OTB.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Go to centralplumbing.org, 925-8552. I told y'all yesterday, got some interior cracks on the garbage disposal, meaning I had to get an entirely new garbage disposal installed. Maybe I think something that I actually feel pretty confident about that I could have done on my own. But at the end of the day, Jake, it comes down to a time issue, right? You got a lot going on. You need it done conveniently, quickly. What I do, I call 925-8552 and the fine paying family over there at centralplumbing.org. I don't lift a finger. Immediately, it's fixed within about an hour. And, I got no more leakage. So, if you ever have any plumbing problems, don't think twice. Just pick up the phone. Call centralplumbing.org at 925-8552.
Centralplumbing.org is the website. You'll see it. I mean, they got the full fleet available, ready to go no matter what you've got, big, small, and everywhere in between. They can handle that job at your house or at your place of business. So go ahead, call them today, 225-925-8552.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
Go back to school in style with a new or pre-owned vehicle from Corval Toyota in Opelousas. It's an easy process, and vehicles are getting to our lot weekly. Make the decision now or reserve your new Toyota today. Come on down to Corval Toyota in Opelousas. That's Happy Town, USA.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
This is a house call. This is a follow-up appointment. This is a diabetes checkup. This isn't just more convenient care, it's more advanced care. This is innovating healthcare at Louisiana's #1 hospital, Ochsner.
ServiceMaster Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact ServiceMaster Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. ServiceMaster Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
It's no secret. The best oysters in Baton Rouge are at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar. Enjoy mouth-watering South Louisiana flavor and oysters from all over the country. And don't forget our nightly drink specials. Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar, located in downtown Baton Rouge.
The handyman filling in. Game time presented by Bet Rivers at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar, downtown facing Town Square. Game time presented by Bet Rivers, 6 to 8 p.m. from Jolie Pearl on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Like a worn-out recording of a favorite song. So while she lay there sleeping, I read the paper in bed. And in the personal columns, there was this letter I read. If you like pina coladas and getting caught in the rain, if you're not into yoga, if you have half a brain, if you like making love at midnight in the dunes on the Cape, then I'm the love that you've looked for. Write to me and escape.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Shout out Yonder. Very interested to see what Guardians 3 will be like. Those are two things. I'm definitely suffering from Marvel fatigue. And after the genius of Suicide Squad 2, I wonder what James Gunn, having to go back from rated R to PG-13, can he pull it off a third time? We'll see. Good morning, Daniel Blunt. What's going on, man? Ryan Bergen says he's eating avocado toast with boiled eggs and sardines.
Okay.
I mean, I love avocado toast. I love eggs. I've never had a sardine. Have you?
I don't. You know what? I don't believe I have.
I know, isn't that weird?
Yeah.
It's because traditionally,
maybe like on a Caesar salad, and I didn't even realize it probably. But
I'm not talking about like minced up sardines. I'm talking about like you see like a full sardine and like just
sometimes
munch that thing down. I just think it's interesting because I have a very clear memory of pop culture growing up as a child, where sardines were always kind of a punchline in terms of being bad. Like sardines on the pizza was always frowned upon. I wonder, actually, Citizens Bank and Trust poll question of the day: have you ever had a sardine? I'd be fascinated to see. Let's get yesterday's poll results also. I can't remember what we said, but I'd love to hear it. Doesn't matter. Saints Packers part 2. A few takeaways. Maybe first off, look, Mike Thomas continues to be Mike Thomas. He continues to shine.
Yeah, A-Rod did have a couple of interceptions. You're right. A few takeaways.
Wait, what? Okay, that's right. I believe who got the pick yesterday?
May.
Marcus May, right? Tyrann Mathieu had a sack. So let's start there then, actually, because that's probably the big news of the day. For the second day in a row, Dennis Allen's defense held Aaron Rodgers under 50% completion. He went 14 of 29 on Wednesday. That brings the overall two-day camp total to just 26 of 54. So against this Saints defense the last couple of days, Aaron Rodgers completed just 48% of his passes. Why this gets interesting, Jake, is we actually got some great perspective from Matt Flynn on this yesterday, how hard Dennis Allen's defense can be to practice against because you're not game planning it, and it's so multiple and deceptive and confusing. What's an interesting foil to that, though, is Dennis Allen went out of his way in his post-practice media availability to say that they didn't really scheme anything up and that they were somewhat vanilla in how they approached the practices. And I know you're kind of side-eyeing that a little bit, but there is the idea out there, right? We talked about it, NFC versus NFC. Do you go all out just to try to win a practice?
And we're offensive guys, every defensive coordinator is the last to get the script. If you're going to get your own team, he's always going to have a little scheme ready to go. So I don't know. I don't know how much.
He said somewhat vanilla. He didn't say completely vanilla. He said somewhat vanilla. Take
you
that
know
quote for what you will.
It's like the defensive guys get the script and the plays on there, and you're like, oh, they're running 9-2-2-9. Yep. Actually, let's check that coverage. So I mean, obviously they don't have a script, but I'm saying that's just the way that's always been in my career. They probably were vanilla compared to what they're going to be in week 3.
Yes, exactly. I mean, that's what he means.
I think you were definitely still throwing some stuff out there that's not your typical. Like typically in a joint practice, like Matt was saying, you're going to go pretty basic. Like you're going to run under front, maybe a couple of coverages, or maybe you run maybe some over front. I mean, it's going to be basically vanilla. But it still doesn't matter. I mean, look, Aaron Rodgers has seen every single thing that can be on a football field. He's seen every front, every coverage, everything. So he shouldn't be fooled by anything. Like he's in year, 18?
Yes,
or something crazy?
Oh, my God, dude, for sure.
So it's still Saints going out there and making plays. And that's what he was talking about, the young receivers.
Yes. They were getting very confused, not knowing what to do. They were getting not having their best days. It looked like that continues. So the defense was one big takeaway as they applied consistent pressure. Again, Tyrann Mathieu had a sack. Marcus May had a pick. Marshawn Lattimore was targeted 4 times, only gave up 1 catch. Even that was in zone coverage. Paulson Adebo had a couple pickups. Bradley Roby. So, yes, the secondary seems like they remain as good as ever. And, again, they shut down Aaron Rodgers for the second day in a row in practices, which are probably, more competitive, and you can gain more insight than what you will see in tomorrow's preseason game, given that, probably none of these starters will play. The other big news is that Chris Olave had a really big day, dude. Chris Olave goes for 4 catches, including a touchdown during red zone. And then probably the main highlight, had a toe tap catch against Jair Alexander. And if you don't know who that is a top 3 cornerback in the entire NFL. And so the rookie Olave, it is just one rep, right? But the rookie Olave staring down that man and managing to complete a tough toe tap, keep it in bounds, let it catch. Again, I think the Chris Olave hype is very real and very well deserved, especially when combined with a fully healthy and returned Michael Thomas and Jarvis Landry being Jarvis Landry.
It's just so when you go out there and you have these joint practices like that, the one thing that you can take away, if you have a star player on the other team, the last thing they want is video out there, certainly in this day and age of social media, of getting beat by anyone. So these joint practices, they get lively. Like you might not be running a lot of your stuff that's going to be integrated into the regular season, but individual work, like one-on-ones, routes or pass rush, any inside run, any 7-on-7. I always talk about the Senior Bowl and how intense those practices were. This is that, but with pros.
Yeah.
You don't want to lose.
And guys trying to make the team.
Well, but even, yes, 100%.
But you're talking about the starters.
I'm talking about the starters, like one-on-ones.
Yeah.
Like it's real. it's game reps. We are going full tilt here. So anything you get from these joint practices that's successful, know that it is a game rep. It's not a practice rep. It's not a typical practice training camp. Dude, I've got like 6 inches of sweat in my cleats. It's hot. That's not it. I mean, these are real reps. And so when you hear stuff like that, it's a very good sign.
I agree.
I mean, I told you yesterday, Sean Lee was coming like a bat out of hell every rep. And I'm like, Sean, if you continue to play like this, you're going to last about 3 more years, because he's like a bullet. He had no regard for his body in those practices. I mean, Keith Brooking used to be the same way. That's just the way they were built.
Georgia Tech. Keith Brooking.
God, he was like meathead. And that's a term of endearment for me. You know that.
Has there ever been a professional white linebacker that was not a meathead?
It's a fair question.
I mean,
it's a fair question. I'm sitting here and I'm thinking.
Bobby Carpenter. I mean, Luke Kuechly was pretty cerebral for being a meathead. Let's think about it during the break. And when we get back, we will answer the question, has there ever been a white linebacker in the NFL who was not a meathead? Here on OTB.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Go to ITI Technical College, iticollege.edu. New semester beginning in 11 days. It is not too late to sign up, invest in yourself, and change your life for the better. Again, ITI Technical College is a local, family-owned trade school. No national BS here, okay? Been helping Baton Rouge and Louisiana citizens change their life for the better for 40 years. You're going to go learn on campus right here in Baton Rouge. Wonderful campus, wonderful community. You learn from faculty members that have at least 4 years of real-world experience. You learn on scale models, 3D models, all sorts of models, the exact equipment that you will be working on. Remember, they cater to the industry here in Louisiana. So you can expect to get a job. So sign up for ITI Technical College today.
ITIcollege.edu, 877-591-1070. Speak with them today. Admissions at ITIcollege.edu as well. Get to the finish line. ITI College will get you there.
This week on dropbiscuit.com or wherever you listen to podcasts is our new series, Pops, the Louis Armstrong story. Pops is brought to you by New Orleans & Company. Check out neworleans.com and come visit New Orleans.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has $12,000 off MSRP on all new 2022 Ram Black Widow trucks in stock. All new Bayou vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty and free delivery. If you need sales or service, the crew at Bayou is going to do right by you.
This isn't just another day. It's so much more. Kelly's life was put on hold when her auctioneer primary care doctor discovered a rare blood disorder. Her doctor connected her to an auctioneer care team of cancer, heart, and kidney specialists. With multiple primary care locations around Baton Rouge, same-day appointments, and online scheduling, we're relentless about keeping you healthy. Auctioneer Baton Rouge, innovating healthcare for Kelly.
Eli's always been into grilling. It took us a while to see it, but the signs were there.
What are you doing, Eli?
I knew grilling was my thing. I have been talking about it throughout my career.
Happy with the results?
I am. Got the new grill from barbecueguys.com. It performed great.
My advice, as I always told my boys,
do more of what you were born to do.
Barbecue Guys, for those who were born to grill.
You want cheese on your burger, Pops?
I'll take a little cheese.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
This summer, meet Acura's heroes of performance. at the Acura Summer of Performance.
This summer, visit your local Acura dealer for attractive offers on the MDX.
Moscona inviting you to join us for Thursday's AFR, presented by the Aesthetic Medicine and Anti-Aging Clinics of Louisiana. Connor Orr wrote the Sports Illustrated cover story on Joe Burrow. He joins us on AFR Thursday, 3 to 6, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Welcome back to OTB. We got Big Deal or No Big Deal coming up to kick off hour number 2. It'll be fun there as we've got a bunch of different topics to discuss. I'm trying to think about any other Saints thoughts. Trevor Penning and James Hurst did leave the practice yesterday with injuries. However, Penning did come back and finish. So great news there. Hurst, though, it is a foot injury. Nick Arnold tweeting last night that he's thinking sources are leaning towards it not being that serious. But, I mean, as Hurst is down, Jake, do you go Landon Young or is Trevor Penning immediately thrown in there? Because Penning's not really ready yet. Preseason game number 1 showed that great run blocker right now, a tenacity that you cannot teach, the willingness to fight and all that stuff. But he got beat with a speed rush and then got beat badly for a sack with a very easy up and under. Like some tangled up feet kind of got him a little bit. So it'll be interesting to see if Hurst is hurt and if Penning is thrown in the fire from game 1.
I mean, Landon Young's somebody I really, really enjoyed watching at Kentucky.
Really good.
Was a very good college football player, but I mean, still a young player as well.
Yeah.
I mean, I would think first-round pick, hey, baptism by fire here. you gotta go in, and that's you got to grow up. You got to grow up quick because if Hurst is out for any time, they're not rolling Landon Young out there. Now, I think Landon Young's a valuable piece. I think he's a guy that can be a swing guy, but Trevor Penning was drafted in the first round for a reason. So you put him out there, you let him learn. The only way you're going to learn and continue to get better is reps. So, yeah, there's no brainer there.
How do you feel about Marcus Davenport? Thumbs down? Really? Davenport? Davenport?
I'm not feeling it, honestly.
Okay. Well, I mean, okay, no, not even if you know that when asked about how Marcus Davenport's absence affects his defense, Allen told the media, quote, the same way it would any team that didn't have its best defensive player. Huh?
Okay, that's a little telling.
That sounds like somebody you got to have. Am I wrong?
Still not a good nickname, but yeah.
Whatever, dude. It's not a nickname. It's a pun.
You're a pun.
Just figure out some way of making this Marcus Davenport story about you and your life experience, and the circle will be complete.
Okay, well, he almost got his pinky amputated sometimes in life. No, I'm just kidding.
He did get his pinky amputated. I mean, that saying that he didn't get his entire pinky amputated is a little, it's a little, yeah, it's not much left. He's got like the beginning of one knuckle. Even though he's
got about as much as you had sticking out of that glove yesterday.
Yeah. It's like, yes, like the same distance, right? Just the tip. He had just the tip of the bottom.
I've never seen Hester and Flynn laugh so hard at something. That was funny.
I still feel betrayed by Matt Flynn, my fellow 9-inch king who has abandoned his people to try to suck up to the big-handed ruling class of Jake Hester and company. While me, the leader of the THC, the tiny-handed coalition, is out here fighting for all of my brothers in tiny arms. Thing about Marcus Davenport, though, didn't sound call him the best player in the defense. He ended up walking it back a little bit, saying, one of the most important pieces. But they're bringing him back slowly, and it makes sense, but it does beg the question because he did not get to work out a ton this offseason because of his shoulder and his pinky. What form will he be in when he gets back? He had a really interesting media availability the other day where he was kind of discussing what it's been like to go through like something, getting your finger cut off, and then having the pictures circulate on social media and how it makes you feel kind of self-conscious, but you just got to deal with it. And then he quoted Marcus Aurelius, talking about him being a philosopher king, okay? So I'm fully behind. Marcus got to have him for it if the Saints are going to do what they need to do. All right, big deal or no big deal, coming up to kick off hour number 2. Keep it locked right here on OTB.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
I want you to go to Patient Plus Urgent Care, patientplusuc.com, patientplusuc.com. There's Patient Pluses throughout the city. Literally just put it in your maps, Google Maps, whatever app you use, Waze, and you will find the urgent care closest to you. And once you go in there for something, whatever it may be, life's unexpected moments, you're going to be like, oh, my God, T-Bob. From facilities to the quality of the doctors to the technology being employed to these digital profiles and everything, I have never experienced service like this or treatment. They get you in, they get you out, they get you better. You're never going to want to go anywhere else. Go to Patient Plus Urgent Care today.
Yeah, once you get the website, patientplusuc.com, go ahead and book that appointment online. But don't worry, if you don't have the opportunity to do that, like T-Bob said, there is a location that is convenient for you, and walk-ins are always welcome. 9 a.m. till 9 p.m., that is 7 days a week. They are convenient for you in an inconvenient time. patientplusuc.com. Get in and get better.
Bayou Ford has $14,000 off MSRP on a new 2021 Ford F-150. All new Bayou vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty and free delivery. If you need sales or service, the crew at Bayou is going to do right by you.
Kids have staked out their place at Auctioner Medical Complex The Grove, where more than 30 pediatricians and pediatric specialists are all conveniently located under one roof, so you can spend less time driving and more time keeping your kids well. Dibs! It's no wonder kids call dibs at The Grove. Auctioner Health Center for Children.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Are you a licensed contractor? There's lots of good contractors in Louisiana doing work the right way, but unfortunately, too many unlicensed contractors are working outside the licensing requirements. Working as a contractor in Louisiana requires a license for the company doing the work. The Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors wants to help you get licensed to allow you to conduct work legally. It's not difficult to get the license. We can help you. Go to lacontractor.org for more information. Licensed contractors, it's the law.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
Good morning, everybody. It is 8 a.m. on Thursday, August 18th. Your government taco forecast today in Baton Rouge. Expect to see sunny skies with a high of 84. Follow Government Taco on Instagram at GOVT Taco for monthly and daily specials. Coming up on OTB, we have a new edition of Big Deal or No Big Deal, and Chef Michael Johnson joins the show at 8:30 for Munchies. You can follow today's show on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at OTB_ESPN, or catch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel and subscribe for daily content. Hour number 2 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio, starts now.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, P, they said I got to come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo.
You want to talk about it?
No, because I get fined.
I'm just here so I don't get fired. Not fined. I wouldn't get fined.
Breathing is important.
Bro,
Shut up, Mario.
You're going to get, one day you will get fined, T-Bob. Let's make it painfully clear.
But it is not this day.
I hope not.
Not yet, at least.
Actually, would that fall on Mario?
Do
not
we have a dump button?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
It's not easy to get to.
No,
So we're supposed to have dump buttons right here. If you're watching on the stream, if you're not, if you're on the radio, they're right here. I mean, they're at our fingertips. But we're supposed to have cough buttons as well. If we actually hit this button, that's supposed to be the dump button, they told us we'll go completely off air. So now we have, and we've had for years, these gigantic cough box.
I do kind of like them. They're called cough drops.
It's supposed to be right there.
What makes me laugh, it's a lot of equipment for what seems like a relatively easy thing. Like, this is a thick, heavy metal, well-made piece of technology,
right.
And all it is just you just press this little button, and that's how it works.
Yeah. Never do that again. Oh my God,
Mario,
God. Chill out.
Why don't you take a lap?
Yeah.
I wish I was like Levitard and I could command punishments, because I would make you go do stairs right now. Okay, just relax.
I wonder why. Let's just fix the ones that are on the desk here. That way, if we had a guest and they said a curse word, we wouldn't have to panic. We could just hit the red button that's supposed to work right here.
Yeah.
How can you get mad at us if someone curses? We didn't curse, and we don't have access to a dump button. Mario, it's got to go. I think it's behind him and to the left.
Yeah, it's a process.
It's not close.
I prefer they just don't curse. But yeah.
Well, I mean, I do too, but
oh my God, I don't know why. I'm feeling a little spicy today. Let's be painfully clear about that, boys. I'm feeling a little spicy.
Dude, you feel spicy every Thursday morning.
It is so.
Danny, do you agree?
It is so untrue. If it is true, it's yes. Less about your intimations, which you had scone and tea last night, and it's more about the fact that it's the weekend, and your boy starts to get hyped on the weekend. And so I'm getting a little fired up. And Joy Taylor,
and I don't sound like
finally turned her beautiful gaze upon us, and y'all are shunning me for basking in that glory.
That was an hour
Danny,
and 3 minutes ago.
Move on. Move on to me. Give me a shot here.
Don't give him a shot.
And you're going to cut this, and we're going to send it to Joy. Joy Taylor,
this is so stupid.
Just know you have quite the following down here in the boot, okay? Here in Baton Rouge, the Red Stick, really all of Louisiana. You are beloved by many, myself chief among them. When I saw that there was this new promising young giant tight end named Mason Taylor, I was impressed because of his size on the football field and athletic ability. But when I heard that he was your nephew, I felt a flutter in my heart, for I knew that it meant that you may finally be coming down here to Death Valley, to Baton Rouge. So let this be a formal invitation from me and my crew to you to come down here, come on off the bench. We will show you the town, show you Death Valley, and show you what it means to be an LSU Tiger. And if I must be bonked for this plea, thus it is my burden to bear, and I will bear it unabashedly, for I have joy in my heart, and I hope to see you down here. All right, Danny, that'll be perfect. Go ahead and clip that, and we'll send that to Joy, okay? We'll see if that works. We should mention this. Anthony Archfield says you need a bonk button. That would be pretty good.
That's actually a pretty good idea.
You could make a bonk button on that board to use if you really wanted to.
We have a T-Bob King of the Hill drop that we probably should use more. Not that Mario hasn't used it enough. I'm saying
I told Mario.
There's a lot of what?
Danny's been on me about using
I've been telling Mario that.
Yeah.
What?
To use the Damn It Bobby drop more.
Dang it, Bobby.
So the problem
I want the Damn It Bobby, but Mario put the Dang It Bobby in there.
Yeah.
The problem is that when he drops that, it is very good. The only problem with the larger flow of the show, it is the only drop, and it's used so sparingly. If you're going to do drops, we have to have 5 or 6 of them, and you have to be on your P's and Q's and using them accordingly.
Says who?
For it to actually be funny, I think. What do you mean?
I mean, yeah.
We're going to bite a kneecap off.
Okay, there we go. Are we up to 2 now?
I mean,
another one.
That's another one, literally.
We can do what we want, too. Like, we don't have to fall into somebody's, hey, this is actually how you do drops in radio shows.
Well, I mean, bro, nobody's ever taught me that. I've never taken any sort of professional media course in my life. I'm talking about as a listener, you don't think it feels random when we just have one drop that shows up once a week?
You got a point.
No, I think it means oh, Bobby, what are you doing? Clean it up.
Yeah. So where's the Dang It Jake? Or the Dang It Mario? Or the Dang It Danny?
That's from King of the Hill.
Hank Hill didn't say those things.
Exactly.
Not as mainstream as
convenient.
It also,
very convenient.
we don't say
boys.
as many things that need to be dang it.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's a very myopic perspective you have there. Of course, you don't think that you say many things that deserve to be dangeted, because otherwise, why would you say them?
I facepalm a lot. That's kind of like a drop.
You do an aggressive facepalm. You can hear the smack through the mic.
He does.
Yeah, it is a comical level of face smack. And yes, I am in the same clothes as last night because I only wore them for scone and tea. And you know how I feel on this. Wearing something for 2 hours while you're doing a sit-down radio show and then taking them off does not make them dirty enough not to wear.
We got to find a balance. We should probably use drops more than we do. But to Daniel's point, you don't want to overdo it.
Definitely don't overdo it.
Like other shows do.
Well, also, you don't want to be unnatural with it. If it's not our bag, it's not our bag.
Exactly.
And maybe our bag is just the one drop a week.
And the Dang It Bobby is very natural because you do a lot of stuff that warrants it.
Wow, dude.
There's one that I use on off campus for Carpenter. It's like, dang it, Bobby, that's exactly what we don't want.
That's pretty good, dude. We should mention as well the Instagram. Danny, are we creeping towards 2,500 followers?
Yes.
And what happens when we hit 2,500 followers?
We all get
cross earrings. Dangle.
When I tell you, my wife is not happy with me.
Are you not Team OTB?
I mean, I don't remember agreeing to this.
Yeah.
Yes, we did.
What do you mean, Mario? Yeah, we definitely.
All right, I'll do it, I guess.
My wife is going to kill me. She's already seemingly unhappy with me constantly nowadays. When I show up with a dangling cross earring, remember this is the same woman who threatened to leave me if I bought a gold chain?
She did.
When I show up with a dangling cross earring, when I tell you, boys, I am never getting laid again until this baby or earring comes out, that's a wrap for me. I'm done. So
that is so funny.
Recognize the sacrifice that I
That
make.
is not Caitlin's personality.
You
know what? And I've never actually heard Caitlin say those things. Should I vet this information?
You don't think? Okay, yes. I am begging you to ask Caitlin about how she feels about the gold chain.
Love to. I'm going to do it with my gold chain.
Easy on you. I was about to say she may take it a little easy on you. I would also like to point out this. So I did watch 2 episodes of F-Boy Island to see our boy Benedict Paluzzi on it, or Palizzi, and awful show. But he was pretty funny.
Awful show.
But I don't know if you and Danny fully grasp the full extent of the F-Boy vibes that you two will be giving off with gold chains and dangling cross earrings. You recognize that you could both be contestants on F-Boy Island Season 3.
See, but I think you think it's a different thing. So you know the way I was raised by my pops, and you know how old school he is. But also my pops would, he's going to be his own dude. He's going to wear his own stuff. And I remember him wearing, he was something I don't know, back in the 80s, I guess would have been outrageous, like a neon something. I don't know. I remember somebody being like, man, why are you wearing that neon? And I remember my dad, imagine going home and having to tell your wife you got your ass whooped by somebody wearing a hot pink shirt.
Yeah, man. No, look, yes. I like that kind of ironically, and I say ironic because I don't think this is what you would expect out of, somebody named Joey who's like cockstrong and a police officer and military veteran. Yeah, normally you think of that guy being like, no, you got to have a crew crud and you got to keep it,
Right.
all very traditional. So, no, I love that he encouraged style and style choices. But you and Danny are going to be giving off major F-boy vibes regardless.
I don't really care.
Yeah, it's cool, man. Just own it.
I will. That's fine. I don't wear a button up. I don't wear sports coat with jeans. I mean, it's fine.
Sport coat with jeans, yes, dude.
It's like the mullet.
I used to love a sports coat with jeans back in the day.
Is that what Condon wears?
No, Condon just wears like tucked in like
he is
polos.
Hard tuck.
Yeah, hard tucked in polos every day. I mean, I can't see Danny's earlobes from my angles, and I'm not entirely sure, just from looking at the upper half of his face, that he doesn't have a dangling cross earring already.
I might.
When we get them taken out, though, am I going to have a hole in my ear forever, or will it completely heal?
Dude, it'll heal in a week, 2 weeks.
Okay.
I mean, it's going to be quick.
Okay.
Dude, if you take that earring,
the agreement was
if
we
you
have to
take
keep
that
it for a
earring
week,
out
right?
and go to bed, you wouldn't be able to get that thing back in.
Oh, okay, good. So how long are we leaving it in for? I don't want a permanent ear piercing.
No, I mean, I got a lot of stuff coming up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
This might be like a weekend deal.
Oh, man, debut. Can't talk about that yet, actually. All right, when we get back here, let's, sorry, I don't know what this signal was. Let's do some big deal or no big deal next here on Off the Bench.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
My cousin just reminded me that our grandfather has an earring at 88 years old.
Damn.
In the Coast
Shout out
Guard
Cody
and
Hester in the
Marines
chat.
as well.
Damn. Okay.
My man
dude.
Tommy Joe.
Tommy Joe?
Let's go.
Wow. Thomas Joseph? Or
Yeah.
actually, okay.
No, Tommy Joe.
Just Tommy.
Just
let's
Tommy
go,
Joe.
Dude.
Just Tommy Joe.
And if you just need a new Toyota certified used vehicle, or you just need to rent a vehicle for your vacation, you want to go to All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge, where you will just get the exact answers that you and your family are looking for. And look, obviously, we all know there's never been a better time to trade in your vehicle in terms of maximizing value. And then after that, you turn around and you can custom order whatever vehicle you want. The new 2022 Tundra is really nice. The Sienna is absolutely fantastic. I drive a 2020 Camry that I really enjoy. So check it all out off of Airline Highway.
Yeah, no matter what you're trying to do, go check it out. AllStarToyotaofBatonRouge.com. We'll have it for you.
Our listeners fire up their opinions on the JimsFirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the JimsFirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
This is a house call. This is a follow-up appointment. This is a diabetes checkup. This isn't just more convenient care, it's more advanced care. This is innovating healthcare at Louisiana's #1 hospital, Ochsner.
ServiceMaster Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact ServiceMaster Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. ServiceMaster Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
It's It's no secret. The best oysters in Baton Rouge are at Jolie Pearl.
Today, the Dallas Cowboys and the National Football League present an American holiday tradition with a halftime celebration to kick off the Salvation Army's Kettle Campaign. Joining Gene and Jerry Jones of the Cowboy organization is Commissioner John Busby, National Commander of the Salvation Army. We hope that you will open your hearts and embrace those who are in need this holiday season at a time when giving and sharing will make all of us feel like champions.
It took us a while to see it, but the signs were there.
What are you doing, Eli?
I knew grilling was my thing. I have been talking about it throughout my career.
Happy with the results?
I am. Got the new grill from barbecueguys.com. It performed great.
My advice, as I always told my boys,
do more of what you're born to do.
Barbecue Guys, for those who were born to grill.
You want cheese on your burger, Pops?
I'll take a little cheese.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights.
It's the handyman filling in. Game time presented by Bet Rivers at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar, downtown facing Town Square. Game time presented by Bet Rivers, 6 to 8 p.m. from Jolie Pearl on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
So let's go there. Let's make our escape. Come on, let's go there. Let's ask, can we stay? Can you take me higher to a place where the line and sea? Can you take me higher to a place where golden streams? Oh,
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob, the 2022 LAB Prestige Award winner for Best Sports Radio Show. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
This song is how I feel on Thursdays. So that's what y'all got to understand. I'm
bub.
coming correct.
Coming something.
I'm ribbon flying through the air. I'm in Cirque du Soleil in this thing. I love Cirque du Soleil. I haven't been in years.
I do too. Good show.
Turn up, Mario. Joy's gonna come walking through those doors, and everything's gonna slow down.
You got to chill out.
Everything's gonna slow down. Her hair blowing in the AC.
The husband in Hester is cringing right now.
Me
It is.
quivering.
It really
What do you
is.
mean? What do you mean by that, Mark?
Like the husband in him is just cringing for
What
you.
is the husband? What is the husband element of that? I'm saying.
I don't want to implicate you more than you already are, man.
I'm not allowed to appreciate beauty because I'm married.
No, would you stop? You're
What do you
about to
mean?
make this a deal that it's not supposed to be,
No,
T-Bob.
I'm saying no. This is from someone who has never been married, talking to someone who's literally been in one relationship, married for nearly 10 years.
Okay.
If your relationship is not secure enough to acknowledge that other people are good looking, you have a bad relationship
That's
that
a
is
valid
built
point.
upon just
He
shifting
wasn't-
sands. You're like Abraham. Who built this house upon the sands? You remember that? Little ditty we used to sing back in Vacation
what was
Bible
it?
School.
Yes.
Well, whatever. He built his house in the sands and it fell down. That's the point.
Oh, Vacation Bible School. That's a topic.
Yes, my wife may be constantly angry at me seemingly recently, but you know what?
But she doesn't listen to the
foundation
show.
remains strong, and she doesn't listen to the show, which also helps.
My wife, who listens to the show every morning and watches, love you.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Sounds like some sandy bottoms there.
Nope.
If you can't show Joy some love, dude, I don't know, man. And for
We
everybody-
we have both been in the same relationship since high school.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. There's one thing I can speak on. It's long-term relationships. Right now, it's time for Big Deal or No Big Deal.
Big deal. Ain't no big deal.
Big deal.
No big deal.
Big deal.
No big deal. No big deal. No big deal.
Alvin Mars wanted says, remember when Tebow thought people couldn't see his likes on Twitter and it was full of thick likes. This is true.
What? You didn't know that?
But this was also a very long time ago. If you actually caught that real time, you would have been following me back in like 2014.
I was definitely following you back in 2014.
But what I didn't realize, I knew you could see likes. I did not realize that sometimes just liking something would have caused it to appear on other people's timeline. And that's where I got into trouble. But what are you going to do?
You're going to like it.
I have an appreciation for full-bodied women.
Oh, my God, T-Bob, just stop.
LeBron James signs a 2-year, $97 million deal. Becomes the highest-earning player in NBA history. $532 million guaranteed. Passed up Kevin Durant. Big deal or no big deal?
I feel like it's a big deal. That's a lot of money. That's a team that did not make the postseason a year ago. It's always been said that he wants to play with his son, Bronny, and does this get him to that? And then he plays maybe one more year. So LeBron, 37, at least 37. I think he's my age.
38, I think.
Is he 38?
I'll check. Let's do
Okay, well, so how much longer does he want to play? He doesn't have anything left to prove.
37.
Doesn't have anything left to prove. He's won the championships, MVPs, all that. I think he wants to play with his son. This probably gets him to that point. Then he'll sign a 1-year deal wherever his son gets drafted, if he gets drafted, whatever. So it's a big deal.
So it's no big deal. The Lakers are garbage. But I do want to say something. I know a lot of our audience hates LeBron for the same reason I kind of don't care for LeBron. You guys know I think he's kind of a narcissist. I think he's, is a hypocrite.
Rich.
But I appreciate him. I'm going to enjoy LeBron still being in the NBA while he's still in the NBA. He's the best player I've ever seen with my own 2 eyes. And it really is impressive how he handled the hype coming out of high school since being 18 years old and having the career that he's had. It's really impressive. So while I've never really cared for LeBron, I'm going to enjoy watching him play while I still can.
Yeah, incredible human being. Came from nothing, has built everything, lived up to the hype. And that's why this feels like no big deal to me, though, because in my brain, he's always been so good that it's just like, yeah, of course, LeBron got a new contract, and it's short because he wants to get another one after that, and it's full of tons of money. And so I'm just like, yeah, no big deal. Of course it is. It's LeBron.
I think he's sacrificed any potential basketball success to stay in the LA market. He can go to a different team and, have better players around him and do better. But
after LeBron won in Cleveland, he no
Exactly.
longer, and even got the one in LA. Now, granted, Mickey Mouse and all that, but
no, but that one title for Cleveland validates everything.
he doesn't have to care about going and forming a big three and trying to win or anything.
Yeah, Steph needed KD to come to beat him.
I was shocked when I Googled LeBron's age, Steph's age came up. Do you know how old Steph Curry is?
Probably 35.
34, yeah. That was a bit surprising.
He's been in it for a minute.
And he went 4 years of college, too.
Yeah.
Steve Sarkisian.
3. You get 3? You get 4?
3 or 4.
Yeah.
Steve Sarkisian says Texas has gotten rid of its warts. Saying the kids knew not everybody in that locker room was all in last year. I think they could feel it. They wanted to weed out some of the warts, some of the bad apples. I think they got a sense of reality about some of the things we were talking about and trying to instill it in the last offseason. I don't know how much they gave credence to it, and then those same things reared their ugly head in season. They came back in January with this mindset of, we've got to take these things to heart because they will show up again. They've made an investment and bought into every aspect of it. And you can feel it amongst our team. Sark?
I like Steve Sarkisian. They're trying to be back so bad, and they're not there. They're 5-7 a year ago. They lost to Kansas.
Lost 6 in a row, which is the worst since the 50s.
Kansas got its first road victory in the Big 12 since 2008 against you. You have to be better. There has to be a better standard at Texas. You've got Quinn Ewers coming down from Ohio State. He's a Texas kid. He's a perfectly rated recruit. You have Bijan Robinson, who's one of the best 5 offensive players in college football. Dude, you got to go win some games. You got to go make a damn bowl game.
Yeah. Now, it's no big deal to me because I'm with you. I'm like, prove it. Also, further reading shows they still have a quarterback controversy. Hudson Card, who won the job coming out of camp, then lost the job during the season, is going neck and neck with Quinn Ewers right now. And I know that he would have loved for Quinn Ewers to just basically take that job by storm. But Ewers is in an interesting situation where He reclassified at like camp last year. So Sark did point this out. I'm kind of inclined to agree that this is almost like years true freshman year. But yeah, I mean, and Bijan Robinson's trying to play down the quarterback controversy, being like, I don't think that matters as much as y'all say it does, but I don't know. I kind of think it does. If the offense does do well, is it called a Sark attack? Texas Company.
Nope. My turn. Big deal or no big deal?
Okay, I know you had one. Let's ride.
College Football Playoff Board discusses potential of restructuring how college football is governed away from the NCAA.
Okay, wait. Sorry. Repeat one more time.
So basically, the College Football Playoff Board is talking about the possibility of big major college football breaking away from the NCAA. There was a conversation, a short conversation, but Pete Thamel had it yesterday that they have started those discussions. It feels like, T-Bob, this is a giant deal because I don't know if it's 2 years, 3 years, 5 years down the road, but we've heard from athletic directors that this will eventually happen.
Yeah, I think this discussion in and of itself is maybe not the biggest deal because, like you said, market trends have been pointing to this feeling more and more inevitable. But obviously the change to the sport would be a massive deal. I have no idea, bro, how all this is going to play out over the next 5 to 10 years. I can't pretend like I know. I don't know.
Here's the deal. There's some people that they see that and they probably have to panic a little bit, wondering, are they going to be in the club? The thing for this show, and if you're listening to this show, 95% of you are LSU fans.
Yeah.
So the good part about this is, however it goes, whatever the biggest of the biggest is in college football and is going to be, you're going to be a part of it. So you really don't have to worry about it. Whatever it is, you'll be there. You'll have a seat at the table.
I was trying to think of a Brian Kelly pun. I came up with the old Brian the Room.
Everything does not have to be a pun.
It doesn't really work. Texas company, Colossal Biosciences, hopes to, quote, de-extinct the Tasmanian tiger in the next 10 years, which is an animal that's been extinct for 100 years. It almost looks like a dog and a tiger mix. It is an apex predator. The company calls itself a de-extinction company. In the past, they've talked about wanting to bring back the woolly mammoth. Big deal or no big deal?
What is that?
Tasmanian tigre.
Oh, man, that looks cool. I like that.
Yeah, until it gets its jaws on you.
Yeah, that's not great. It's going to end bad for you.
It does look tight, though.
It looks great. Sure, big deal.
Well, it's a big deal because this is literally Jurassic Park, right? I mean, It is playing God. It is chaos theory. It is life finding a way. It is everything that Jeff Goldblum warns us about in the original JP.
Yep, this is definitely going to end with them cloning the little girl and that little girl running away. Like in the new Jurassic Park movie.
Oh, I didn't.
Danny?
I didn't see the new Jurassic Park movie. It looked awful.
Every time I see like footage or pictures of the Tasmanian tiger, like I feel sorry for it. I don't know why. Like
I kind of feel you on that.
Like,
guy.
It's looking like I want to run.
It's a pitiable looking animal. It looks like a crossbreed.
Peter, Danny.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of bringing it back, to be honest.
Well, I'm not a fan of bringing back extinct. Well,
that's
I don't know. There's a moral and ethical discussion
trying to create it.
You're messing with the natural order, man. That's not cool.
All right.
But like, what if like? But I mean, okay. But let's say human beings in 100 years we're about to like extinct ourselves, but we figure out a way to genetically engineer unlimited amounts of food, or genetically fix the environment or something. Are we supposed to avoid that because it's not the natural order of things? The hell no. Don't do this. No, you do not let yourself die. You can save yourself through science.
You're right, but this is all very deep, and it's 8:29 a.m. Not with this.
The Tasmanian tiger.
All
That's what
right.
they call me.
That was heavy. Big deal or no big deal? A little bit lighter note. So the Yankees, since the start of August, have actually lost 11 games, the most losses in Major League Baseball after starting incredibly hot. They were down 7-4 against the Tampa Bay Rays. This was the 10th inning, so obviously extra innings, you get a runner on second, but Tampa Bay actually scored 3 runs in the top of the 10th. The Yankees get the bases loaded, and Josh Donaldson, former Auburn Tiger, hits a walk-off grand slam. The Yankees win 8-7. One of those wins that can probably, look, you've lost 11 games in August, but one of those type of wins that can get you going in the right direction and start a run the other way. Not a Yankees fan, but it was still a pretty cool moment to see a walk-off grand slam.
I say it's a big deal for what you just talked about there, which is it was at first a loss because it was coming in the 10th and in such disappointing fashion. It was first a loss that felt like it was going to be a deep furthering of the pit, like a much deeper digging of the pit that you were currently in. But that's why sports are so wonderful, is when there's that many stakes hanging in the air, the opposite can be equally as impactful, but in a positive direction. And so, yes, given the context of the losing streak they've been on, where they're like 3-12, I think going in last night, big deal. I get all of my Yankee information through following Nick Totoro, who's John Totoro's brother, little quarterback from Longest Yard, and he was freaking out in the 10th. F y'all suck, blah, blah, blah. And then the next video, he's like, I did, I'm so excited right now, dude.
That's why you wait. That's why you wait to the result.
Yeah. Even though I liked it. I love the dichotomy of the two different videos, but whatever, screw the Yankees. Big deal or no big deal? Chicken wings have dropped back to pre-pandemic levels. For those that don't know, chicken wings went through quite a price spike over the last couple of years, and it looks like they've calmed back down. Massive deal. Massive.
I had no idea that they spiked.
Well, you're not eating enough wings, Danny, because they did.
Clearly, I'm not.
No. Now, I wonder when the trickle down will get down here. But, yes, I have seen wings go up in price over the last couple of years, and it becomes a bit disheartening. So, very happy that chicken wings are back to where they used to be. Huge deal. Biggest deal of anything we've talked about yet today.
All right, so I have one. I think Papa John's has really kind of gone downhill since they lost being the official pizza of the NFL and the whole saga with Papa John's. And it looks like they are going to make something with no toppings, with all toppings and no crust, and it's called Papa Bowls. It honestly looks like they're trying to rip off Chipotle. Like on the surface, it looks like, oh, the kids like the bowls, and that's why they go to Chipotle. So let's make our own bowls. But this just looks awful, and I think it kind of signifies what Papa John's has become.
Well, they've definitely gone way more gimmicky. And look, I don't like the Papa, okay? I get it. Like, he did some messed up things. But he's not wrong when he talks about eating 30 pizzas in 30 days.
Domino's, by the way, has been doing this for a long time.
No bread? This looks awful.
Yeah,
this is just cheese
have you
and
eaten
topping.
it?
It's like little bowls that you can create your own. You can put any topping, any protein that you want in there.
And you tried it?
Yeah, it's not bad. I mean, you're not getting a pizza.
Yeah, that's the thing.
So,
like, if I'm eating those things, I want to have it with pizza.
Well, that's
like,
with you. Like, but for me, if my children eat pizza, and if Katie wants to eat pizza, well, I eat different than they do. So it gives me an option to create a bowl that's got onions and olives and chicken and all those types of things.
Yeah, I would just get all that on a pizza and then just try to control my portion size. If I was worried about that, just like hold myself to 2 slices.
I'm just going to eat the whole bowl.
Something like this seems like it would hurt my stomach worse than actually eating normal pizza.
Daniel Basham said more like Papa Bowls.
Yeah, exactly. Like, this looks like that. But no, Papa John's got gimmicky, right? I mean, the shakaroni, whatever. Somewhere along the line, too, I do think they used to abide by better ingredients. I think somewhere along the line they moved away from that.
I do like the garlic sauce. I sometimes eat that with other pizza, not going to lie.
Oh, yeah. I mean, bro, but it's garlic sauce. Like, come on. What are we talking about?
But
like,
the one,
smart on them for putting it in there, but if you get any tasty, buttery garlic sauce, you're going to love it.
I like the Papa John's one, specifically.
How many other garlic sauces have you had?
Not many.
Yeah, exactly. Nobody has. We've all only ever had Papa John's garlic sauce. So I'm going to go out on a limb here and say if you had an actual, like if Chef Johnson made us a garlic sauce, you know that thing would be fire. That thing would be popping off.
Yes.
We need to make Chef Johnson make us pizza with garlic sauce.
I think we have a list. Like, our list is up to like 4 different things. Like, we're like, when Chef comes in next time, this is what we need.
Daniel Blunt says.
Never even had.
What's up?
I feel like we should get him in.
Well, bro, he's working 18-hour days right now,
no,
Danny.
but I thought we kept saying we'll eventually have him in. Like,
yeah, we will, but camp started.
He's busy feeding Mason Taylor, bro.
Yeah, we'll talk about it. In fact, we got Munchies today. I need to text Chef.
See, that's what I'm talking about.
He always texts back immediately, I feel like.
I'm not blaming you.
It's a little spicy in here today.
You're on thin ice, man. You're on thin ice.
T-Bob's a little spicy today.
Y'all are spicy.
A little sensitive streak in here today.
Yes. Y'all are spicy, okay? Like that freaking bowel bowl that we just had to look at. Which actually, ironically, I don't get any spice vibes from that. That looks so unseasoned and like plain and fake and disgusting feeling. I think it's an awful idea, Papa. Big deal because it's such a bad idea. More OTB next.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob. In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
Go back to school in style with the new our pre-owned vehicle from Corvell Toyota in Opelousas. It's an easy process, and vehicles are getting to our lot weekly. Make the decision now or reserve your new Toyota today. Come on down to Corvell Toyota in Opelousas. That's Happy Town, USA.
This isn't just another day. It's so much more. Kelly's life was put on hold when her auctioneer primary care doctor discovered a rare blood disorder. Her doctor connected her to an auctioneer care team of cancer, heart, and kidney specialists. With multiple primary care locations around Baton Rouge, same-day appointments, and online scheduling, we're relentless about keeping you healthy. Auctioneer Baton Rouge, innovating healthcare for Kelly.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
This summer, meet Acura's heroes of performance. Only available at the Acura Summer of Performance.
This summer, visit your local Acura dealer for attractive offers on the MDX.
Are you a licensed contractor? There's lots of good contractors in Louisiana doing work the right way, but unfortunately, too many unlicensed contractors are working outside the licensing requirements. Working as a contractor in Louisiana requires a license for the company doing the work. The Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors wants to help you get licensed to allow you to conduct work legally. It's not difficult to get the license. We can help you. Go to lacontractor.org for more information. Licensed contractors, it's the law.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
Moscona inviting you to join us for Thursday's AFR, presented by the Aesthetic Medicine and Anti-Aging Clinics of Louisiana. Connor Orr wrote the Sports Illustrated cover story on Joe Burrow. He joins us on AFR Thursday, 3 to 6, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Yo, what's happening, y'all? Welcome back to OTB. And we got a very cool guest in studio right now. Dan, you want to zoom in on this right here? This is A Season of Homecomings by Ron Lang. Living, learning, and loving every school in the SEC. This is Ron Lang here in studio with us. Him and Jake connected through Instagram. And this is a fascinating tale where Ron went and traveled for all of 2019, of all years. Ron went and spent a week at every single SEC school. So truly, for over 3 months, fully diving into everything that the Southeastern Conference had to offer. Ron, what's up, man? Thank you for joining us. What was the inspiration, and how did you manage to sell it to work, family, whoever, that you were going to go on this 14-week pilgrimage?
Well, good to be here, first of all.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
So,
here, get up in. Sorry, these mics are weird. Get up in that mic. You got to talk like yeah, right in.
Well, and
perfect.
I didn't want to be too close. I'm fired up just like you are. We're close to football season, right?
Yeah. Hell
We're
yes,
about ready to get going. So, but to answer your question, I always wanted to do this. There's a couple stadiums that I didn't play in that I hadn't visited. I always wanted to make sure I hit every SEC stadium. I've been an SEC guy since 1980. But the hardest part of that question is answering, how in the world did I get permission to do this? Right?
Yes,
So,
that is exactly what I was wondering.
so we have no kids in the home.
Okay.
My wife's very forgiving, and matter of fact, she was probably like, hey, get out of here for a while. Right? So, but it was a long trip. I mean, the logistics of the whole thing was probably the toughest part of it.
Right.
You know, finding a place to stay at every campus, getting the access that I was able to get, and just putting it all together for 14 schools and then through the SEC. Right?
Did you know you were writing a book the whole time? Were you writing it as you went along, or did it come about later?
I knew I was going to do it. And one thing that I did screw up is I didn't go to SEC Media Days. So I ended up doing everything. I mean, SEC championship game, all of that. And didn't even think about it. I was all worried about where am I going to stay and everything else.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, I look back and I said, well, I mean, I should have went to SEC Media Days on top of it, and just had it all encompassing. But it's really, this story is all encompassing, all 14 schools and all about the campuses, tradition, everything.
Hey, one of the things that's kind of difficult about the SEC is, like you mentioned, finding somewhere to stay, getting into some of these SEC towns. I mean, you have a lot of small towns in the SEC, so which one was maybe the most difficult to get there, get a hotel, get set up, and really feel like you had an understanding of what to put in the book?
So I did a lot of Airbnbs, right?
Okay.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And believe it or not, it wasn't even the small towns that were tough. It were the bigger places, you know. So when I went to Alabama, I ended up staying in Birmingham.
Yeah.
You know, so I was far away. Same with, I stayed in Columbus, Mississippi when I went to Mississippi State. So
yeah,
what? Starkville?
Mississippi State is one of the more difficult places. So as a team, like sometimes you'll stay away, but if there's somewhere you can stay in the city, you'll do it. And for Mississippi State, they finally built a new hotel, but before that's where we used to stay.
Yes.
We stayed there as a team. They go to Tupelo now, I believe, when they play Mississippi State. So yeah, that's a tough one to get into.
Isn't it funny? Sometimes it seems like you're further away staying, you know, on a home game and with the team that it is when it's like, what the heck? I mean, we should have just driven from home, you know, stay home at night and then drive over there on the bus.
Ron, so you visit all 14 campuses. You played in Kentucky back today, played a little fullback in your day. So that's your what campus, what game day traditions? Like, were there any schools that kind of surprised you in some positive ways?
Well, and I was going to stay on the positive side. Believe it or not, so being Kentucky guy, Tennessee's not our favorite team.
Yeah, that's fair.
But I loved it. People were nice. It was a beautiful campus.
Yeah, it is.
A lot of fun, a lot of tradition there.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, so I was really surprised in a positive way with Tennessee. I didn't fully expect to enjoy it as much as I did.
What did you feel like you learned about yourself during these 14 weeks? Like, was it one of those situations where, in seeking to learn about all of these other different places, you ended up kind of finding something within you?
I think I more confirmed certain things, right?
Yeah.
I mean, confirmed that I love the South. I love the SEC. I also love a college campus. I mean, to me, they're beautiful places, a lot of fun to be on a campus. I was actually just talking to someone the other day. I averaged walking over 10 miles a day.
Oh, yeah.
And that actually included days off when I was traveling. So I was still averaging over 10 miles a day, which was good. And go back to my wife thing. So she was probably wanting to send me away again. She's like,
Yeah,
you're going to slim down and get out of here for a while.
Right.
So
Hell yeah.
What was the Goosebumps moment? Like which stadium, which atmosphere, which game in that 2019 season stuck out? Like you're like, okay, I'm in it right now. This is peak SEC.
The moment that really hit me the first time was standing outside Neyland Stadium. So I hate to keep bringing up Tennessee, right? But
You sure you didn't play fullback for Tennessee and not Kentucky?
Bro, Neyland is the game that we played over there when it was full. It was wild. It's loud, 100,000.
So I'm coming from the Vol Navy, right? Because that's obviously a tradition you have to take part of if you're writing a book on tradition.
Yes.
And I'm walking across the street to go to the game, and I look up, and I see the stadium. You know, you got Tennessee River behind you, and that's great. As far as the game goes, I mean, who can't say LSU, Alabama?
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, it wasn't necessarily the atmosphere as much as it was that here I am realizing, this is game of the century stuff.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
It was, by all accounts, it was number one, number two.
Right.
Matter of fact, I've watched a replay of that game since, and you're like, there's probably 30 pros
NFL talent
now.
all over the field.
Oh, yeah.
All over the field.
And there's more guys that are going to be coming out that were in that game. So that was a beautiful game and a lot of fun. It's kind of like we were talking about your all's game against Florida.
Yeah.
There's a lot of fourth downs, a lot of late conversions in that Alabama game that happened.
Hell yeah, dude.
It was a great game, a lot of talent. And so that was great. First time I'd gone to an Iron Bowl. So I went to the Iron Bowl, which was really cool because it was at Auburn. Auburn ended up winning. Not necessarily I was rooting for that, but then I got to witness rolling at Toomer's Corner.
Yes.
So,
yeah, right.
if we're
that's when the woman fell into the hedges, right? Never to be seen again.
I think so,
yeah. She jumped in the hedges.
You know, I learned. I came to find out that there's a fence in between those hedges. So there was some injuries. Some broken legs and some major injuries that occurred because people were diving in there, not realizing there's a fence in the middle of it.
Oh no, dude. Oh wow. Ouch.
That will get you.
Okay, Ron, where can everybody find the book?
They can go to Amazon and look under A Season of Homecomings, or they can actually look under my name, Ron Lang. They'll find all of my works. I have three published books there, but A Season of Homecoming. So I was coming back home to the SEC, and it was throughout the 2019 season.
Yeah. What a year.
That was a great one to choose from. And not only for LSU, but just, when you look at the way that team played out, the look at the pros on that team, the Heisman Trophy coming from the SEC that year, the national champion. Everything in that season. Of course, it was more exciting for us, but I think there was a lot of good football in the SEC that year too.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Ron, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me.
We'll be back with more OTB next.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Go to DonaldsonGlassandBody.com, DGBAuto.com. Remember, right now, Donaldson Glass and Body is looking to hire. So, if you are an experienced collision tech and you want 401k, you want great pay, you want full bennies, you want to go to DGB Auto, call them up today. Also, signing bonus. So how about that? Again, top pay, full bennies, 401k, signing bonus. They're looking for qualified, experienced, and capable collision repair techs. Hit them up over there. Remember, any towing needs that you have, Donaldson Glass and Body is there for you. And look, if you need any glass work, tires, any mechanical repair, they're your one-stop shop. So if you're looking to extend the life of your vehicle, you want to go to Donaldson Glass and Body today.
Yeah, we always tell you, man, if you're needing an oil change, if you're needing a tire rotation, new tires, windshield replacement, or repair, they are truly your one-stop shop. Go check them out today. Been doing it since 1977, dgbauto.com.
This week on dropbiscuit.com or wherever you listen to podcasts is our new series, Pops, the Louis Armstrong story. Pops is brought to you by New Orleans & Company. Check out neworleans.com and come visit New Orleans.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
This is a house call. This is a follow-up appointment. This is a diabetes checkup. This isn't just more convenient care, it's more advanced care. This is innovating healthcare at Louisiana's #1 hospital, Ochsner.
Light beer shouldn't taste like water. Miller Lite has more taste and only 96 calories. It's Miller time.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
ServiceMaster Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact ServiceMaster Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. ServiceMaster Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
It's no secret, the best oysters in Baton Rouge are at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar. Enjoy mouth-watering South Louisiana flavor and oysters from all over the country. And don't forget our nightly drink specials. Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar, located in downtown Baton Rouge.
Eli's always been into grilling. It took us a while to see it, but the signs were there.
What are you doing, Eli?
I knew grilling was my thing. I have been talking about it.
It's the handyman filling in. Game time presented by Bet Rivers at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar, downtown facing Town Square. Game time presented by Bet Rivers, 6 to 8 p.m. from Jolie Pearl on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Welcome back to OTB. Oh man, Jock Duce just sent me a really cool picture of somebody's sunscreen in their car, like the screen that you put on the windshield, and it's a Millennium Falcon. Is there anything older, more old school, than putting a sunscreen in the front windshield of your car? It's something that I feel like my grandparents used to do consistently, but my parents did not, and no one I know in the younger generation does. Do you even know what I'm talking about, Danny?
Yeah, I actually do it.
Okay, you do. Oh, wait, you do
I
it?
do it. Yeah.
My parents do it all the time too.
Wow.
I got black leather interior. It just gets too hot.
Okay. It's not a lot when you get out the car, though, to be like, oh, I got to.
No, I don't do it every time, but if it's like super hot outside, I'll definitely do it.
Oh, wow. Okay, what do you have? Do you have like a fun Star Wars one or something?
No, just
the basic reflector.
Basic one, yeah.
Was Joey Hester sunscreen guy?
No. I know the Cajun Cannon was not.
No, but the real Bobby Hebert Sr. was.
We always had tinted windows, so we didn't have to do it.
Oh,
even with the brow tint.
Would I still do it?
That's very that kind of jives though with the rest of your very meticulously like put together personality, Danny. Your overly clean home, the the folding of the clothes on the nightstand.
Everybody who steps in my car is like, dang, this car is super clean.
Yeah, exactly. Your car probably smells and looks like it just came off of the lot, like, constantly. I do not find that
reminded me
surprising at all.
of that time Matt thought it'd be funny to try to shame T-Bob. Does Matt pay you, since you are the star of his social media, does he pay you residuals in that?
I mean, if he's getting paid on TikTok, I should get some money out of there. I don't think he's getting paid on TikTok, though.
He's not verified. You gotta be verified.
Yeah.
That's true.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
We are going to start hour 3 with some Munchies with Chef Michael Johnson. So go ahead and put your questions in the chat. And remember, if you want to feel younger and better going into this football season, stop putting it off. Go to Rejuve Me Medical today. Find out the plan that they can create for you, customized to you, to get you where you want to be. I don't care if you're 30, 40, 50, 20, male or female. Maybe it's HRT, hormone replacement therapy. They are the experts. Maybe it's not. The point is they're going to draw your labs, meet with a lifestyle specialist, and customize a plan to make you feel better. So get that energy back, baby. It's football season. We got to rise and grind and sleep and grind as well.
Okay.
Go to RejuveMeMedical.com.
As Kid Cudi said, day and night. That's what it is in the fall, right? Waking up early, going to bed late. It's just what it is. And if you go over to RejuveMeMedical.com, you're going to feel fantastic about that. Go get it today. Schedule a consultation at RejuveMeMedical.com.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has $12,000 off MSRP on all new 2022 Ram Black Widow trucks in stock. All new Bayou vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty and free delivery. If you need sales or service, the crew at Bayou is going to do right by you.
This isn't just another day, it's so much more. Kelly's life was put on hold when her auctioneer primary care doctor discovered a rare blood disorder. Her doctor connected her to an auctioneer care team of cancer, heart, and kidney specialists. With multiple primary care locations around Baton Rouge, same-day appointments, and online scheduling, we're relentless about keeping you healthy. Auctioneer Baton Rouge, innovating healthcare for Kelly.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
This summer, meet Acura's heroes of performance. Only available at the Acura Summer of Performance.
This summer, visit your local Acura dealer for attractive offers on the MDX.
Are you a licensed contractor? There's lots of good contractors in Louisiana doing work the right way, but unfortunately, too many unlicensed contractors are working outside the licensing requirements. Working as a contractor in Louisiana requires a license for the company doing the work. The Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors wants to help you get licensed to allow you to conduct work legally. It's not difficult to get the license. We can help you. Go to lacontractor.org for more information. Licensed contractors, it's the law.
Light beer shouldn't taste like water. Miller Lite has more taste and only 96 calories. It's Miller time.
Good morning. It's 9 a.m. on Thursday, August 18th. Your government taco forecast today in Baton Rouge. Expect to see sunny skies with a high of 84. Follow Government Taco on Instagram at GOVT Taco for monthly and daily specials. Coming up on OTBOT, Chef Michael Johnson joins the show for Munchies. You can follow today's show on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at OTB_ESPN, or catch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel and subscribe for daily content. OTBOT, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio, starts now.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, P, they said I got to come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo, yo, yo.
Yo. Welcome back, OTB. We got our guy, Chef Michael Johnson, who is currently, I know, Chef, you're good, dude. I see you. You're doing 18-hour days right now. I fully understand, or at least I feel like I do. I'm where Jake was last week, where he had seen the bear. I had not. The bear has given me a much deeper interest and fascination in the actual hierarchical structure of the kitchen. I never knew any of this existed. It seems like an incredibly on-the-go, constantly moving, busy business, which I always knew, but whatever. Art sometimes gives you glimpses into the world that you would otherwise be held out of. And I feel like y'all are going through it right now at camp. So we do thank you, Chef, for joining us, making time for us to answer our stupid questions here on OTB. How you doing, man? How you holding up?
We're good. Today is actually a recovery day for the guys. They had a spring game, or not a spring game. They had a scrimmage yesterday, right? Yeah. So today's a recovery day. They're coming in to eat breakfast this morning. They're actually here eating right now. And then they have a community event later this afternoon. So we're actually going to get out of here probably around noon or noon 30 today and have an afternoon off. I know I have a yard that my neighbors are not too pleased about right now. So I'm going to try to get some mowing in today and maybe a little nap. Yeah.
It's interesting, man. I made the mistake after years of convincing myself I enjoyed mowing. I started paying someone to do it. I'm never going back, dude. Screw that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's awful. It's the worst. Dude.
My brother actually owns a landscaping company, and my yard is such a pain in the neck to mow because it's at the convergence of two creeks that it floods and gets soft a lot. And so he refuses to mow my lawn for me. So he gave me one of his tractors to mow my lawn for myself.
Wow, dude. Hey, how about this, Chef? We talked about Colby Richardson earlier, who's been one of the stories of camp. This dude went from 167 a few months ago to now 190. A lot of that takes place in the weight room, but a lot of that is diet. How have you managed to achieve this with Richardson?
Dr. Frakes is a big driving force behind that. And you got to understand, like, he won't push a player to grow faster than what they need to grow. So Colby, I think, is probably in that prime for growth. It has to do with muscle density and being able to carry the body mass. You don't do that with everybody. You only do that with people who have the bone density and growth to tolerate the growth. You don't want a guy getting too big too quickly if their bone density isn't able to carry the mass. And so, and I know this because of conversations with Dr. Frakes, not because I'm that intelligent of a human being. But it's really awesome to sit back and watch and listen. He eats well, like he listens to Dr. Frakes about what to eat. We make the proteins available for him. He's a really pleasant guy, really easy to work with. And so, there's a lot of buy-in from the team this year, not just from Colby, but from a lot of guys. Colby in particular, he's a really pleasant kid, man. I have nothing but good things to say to him. He says hello to me every day, and most of the team do. That's where that recruiting of character comes in. Where character, I think, has a direct linkage to success, and so I really like this team.
Yeah, that's something that Jack Marucci's been very high on, and actually has a lot of kind of an analytical system to support that. There is a correlation between high character and winning. Chef, you've cooked for all kinds of people. You've cooked for 50,000. You've cooked for the biggest executives in the world. You cook for professional athletes. I feel like I got a little insight there into that maybe there's something different about working with kids, right? With people whose minds and lives are still ahead of them, whose minds are still being molded. Do you enjoy getting to cook for these young men?
I absolutely do, and the reason for it is they're still impressionable. Like we're in a part of their lives where they're still learning, they're still impressionable, and we still have the impact to make a difference in their lives. And when you're feeding adults, their palates are kind of grown. Some of them are actually starting to depreciate, and so these are kids. Their palates are vibrant, and so you have to dial the flavors and the seasonings into something that they appreciate and are comfortable with. And they're coming from mom and dad's house where that's everything that they've known, along with grandmas and family and such. And so we're kind of broadening their horizons for what food can be, trying to teach them about a deeper level of nutrition than what they want. Not that their parents are wrong or right, but we're teaching most parents aren't dietitians or nutritionists or chefs. And so we take what their parents have given them and embellish on it and give them, it's kind of like taking a dull knife and sharpening the knife, so to speak. They have these tools that are already there, and so we're taking those tools and making them sharper and also giving them new tools to put in their tool bag that make them more of a threat.
Chef, when you get when you get a freshman, speaking on, first time they're really leaving mom and dad and grandma, grandparents and that cooking, maybe they're a little picky, maybe they're set in their ways. Like, how do you make sure that a freshman is getting the right things that he needs to put into his or her body to make sure that they're doing what they have to do on the field? Because, they have a comfort food, maybe they're picky. Like, how do you individualize that to make sure that it's, playing out for them?
Just like any other relationship, Jake, it's about trust, really. Yeah. I mean, honestly, it is. And that's where preseason is really big for us. We see each other 3 times a day right now. We see each other a lot. I go out and watch them practice. And this is where we develop the first name basis, and freshmen in particular, a lot of them come in kind of shy and hiding behind the corners and aren't real vocal. And so those are the people that we go and seek of, because building the relationship early on helps us build trust early on. And we want to have the impact now so that we have 4 years or, hopefully 4 years or however long we have with them to work with them. And so trust is huge in that ability to do so.
All right, let's get to some of these Munchies questions. # Munchies, Chef, do you eat sardines or anchovies ever?
I actually have several cans of sardines on my desk right now.
Wow.
These are in mustard sauce. So yes, I do eat sardines.
So you just pop that open just as a little snack?
Yeah, sometimes I go full on rebel without the cracker. And I just eat them with the fork, man.
Hell yeah, dude. I've never had a sardine. I'm going to change that very soon now. So you got to send me sardine recommendations. # Munchies. Do you use artificial smoke to flavor wings before frying or baking? If so, tips on doing it.
I mean, you can. There's nothing wrong with it, but we have a fantastic cold smoker here. We also have a smoker out back that, when you have the passion to do so, if you're in a pinch and you need it, that's great. It's no passing judgment there, but we try to put ourselves in a position where we don't ever get into that pinch, and we do it with the attention to detail that I think that food requires.
All right, Chef, we have Hold the Mayo that's in the chat right now, and he eats red beans and rice every single Monday, which obviously is a tradition. I don't know if we've ever asked you this. If we have, I don't remember, so I do apologize. If you're making red beans and rice, kind of walk us through your process.
Well, first we start with the dry bean. We don't ever use wet beans. We soak them overnight, make sure, and we refrigerate them. Some people will set them outside at room temperature. We refrigerate them just for health standards here. Make sure that some of the gases escape. I like to cook them in a stock, like a chicken stock or a flavorful stock, maybe a veggie stock. And one thing that's, like you have your mirepoix in there, you got onions and garlic, and some people like Trinity, some people like the mirepoix, but whatever it is, whatever your flavor is, you sweat that down, beans in, liquid into the glaze. And we cook them until they start falling apart. I don't like to burr mix or pulverize the beans. I like them as in a natural stirring method. You're going to break some of the beans apart. Some of them are going to hold together. So we just work them a lot with a whisk, and the ones that break apart release the starch and thicken up. Every once in a while we may mash on them a little bit to kind of get some of that starch out. But we like to let the beans cook themselves. Little ham hock or some kind of pork that is nice and salty and tasty in there.
You like to put pork in it? That's weird.
Yeah, pork belly. No
Yeah,
wonder you, chef. Large core. Hashtag Munchies. What's the best cut of beef to use for cheesesteak?
Or cheesesteak?
Yeah, if you're making a cheesesteak, what cut of beef would you buy?
We will take leftover cooked prime ribs that are gone medium rare, chill them, and then shave prime rib. And obviously not everybody can do that, but when you're cooking for 500 athletes, you have a little, we don't like to run out of food, so we'll cook a little over, chill those prime ribs, and then shave that. And there's rarely a better thing that crosses the palate than a cheesesteak made from prime rib.
So hungry, dude.
I know me too.
Hashtag Munchies. Oh, wait, my chat just refreshed. Jake, do you have one lined up?
Yeah,
here?
I got one. Speaking on sardines, Chef, what's the best thing you can do with the sardine?
I like to eat them. I'm kind of selfish that way. And I prefer them in like Louisiana hot sauce, something of that nature. I have put sardines in a sauce before where I wanted, and it's like a neutral oil, like an olive oil, to where I wanted a little body and kind of seafood flavor to it, like a pasta cream sauce or something. Some people will do that. It's similar to a white anchovy in that nature, where you're looking for a little bit of a deeper flavor than just cream sauce, and you put it over pasta.
Hashtag Munchies. Have diets of football players changed during the game over the last 10 years? And he means literally during the game. Like Greg asks, are players eating rice cakes or other solid foods during the games? It's still all just Gatorade. I was never really a fan. Sometimes I've had some sort of bar maybe at halftime. Is there any
That's changed though. It's major.
So I was going to say, is there any leading or new science in terms of nutrition during the actual game?
It's interesting that I think the human body kind of has a craving for something, right? And so during the game, we have a pretty broad variety, the dietitians do, of snacks. Like there's power bars that have substance in them to kind of fill the stomach. There's fruit chews that have honey and natural sugars in them to give them a little natural boost.
Oh, wow.
There's like pickles. We have a 5-gallon bucket worth of kosher pickles on the sideline, so that that for cramping and to rehydrate, to prevent cramping and dehydration. So there's a pretty broad oranges. Like there's all kinds of stuff on the sidelines. Little crustless peanut butter sandwiches for a little protein boost. However, we like to make food available to them, so if they need a snack, there's a variety of things there for them, because that just adds energy to the body. If they're burning calories, we want to put calories back in constantly, and it needs to be something that settles relatively easily on the stomach. But if they're coming off and they're cramping and they want a pickle, give them a pickle.
Chef, I need you to plant this seed for me. Forget about the Gatorade dump. Brian Kelly needs 5 gallons of pickles dumped on him if they win a big game, or like if they win the SEC or something. I need you to tell the players, whoever the leaders are, that if that moment ever arrives, maybe the bowl game or something, that it needs to be that bucket of pickles.
It would have to be an awfully big game for me to pull that off.
No, that's what I'm saying. Wait for the bowl game. It'll be year one, right? Everything will be super hyped. There could be a bath in that thing anyway. Pickle bath. Make it happen.
Oh, yeah. This would be me at the end of the game.
Dude, just tell like Mason Smith or somebody. You're just going to get whoever the leader on the team is, just put it in his head. They'll love it. Hey, how about this, Chef? We were talking about garlic sauce from Papa John earlier. We kind of came to realize, I don't know that I've ever had like just a garlic sauce that I'm dipping things in, not from Papa John's. If you were to make us a garlic sauce, how would you make it?
Well, the way they make it is with like a creamed, like emulsified oil mixture is what it is. They put a little, I think, xanthan gum or something in there to stabilize the whole thing together. You know who has a butter sauce is Drago's. Drago's has a little butter sauce, and they make it in bulk and distribute it to their different restaurants. It's a pretty interesting process, but I start with warm oil and garlic and get the flavor from the garlic out of it. And I actually remove the garlic from the oil, and then you can add lemon back in and then emulsify it. Xanthan gum is what you call a stabilizer, and so when you put just a teaspoon of xanthan gum in, it will thicken and stabilize to a gallon of liquid, and it'll.
Wait, a teaspoon will do a gallon?
Oh yeah, like one tablespoon will add viscosity to a 5-gallon bucket, to where if you drip water, it will stream rather than create droplets. It's extremely profound in what it does. It's a binder. It adds viscosity, and so what it does is it suspends things. So if you've ever seen like a wishbone dressing at the store, you know, the red pepper flakes and the black pepper and all the ingredients are sitting suspended in the oil. Well, that's because they've added xanthan gum to it, and it adds enough body that it holds those things in place rather than being so light and letting the peppers or whatever. It creates resistance there and stabilizes it and suspends it.
Xanthan gum, dude. We learn something new every single week here with the legend, Chef Michael Johnson. Chef, enjoy the afternoon off, man, and thank you so much for your time, brother.
Take care, guys. Always good to see y'all.
Thanks, Chef.
Chef Michael Johnson, feeding the team, giving you great insight. Yeah, corner chef. You didn't say corner. You didn't say corner. I don't want to get into spoilers. Man, we learned a lot today about the actual function of the nutrition during the game, how you build weight like Colby Richardson did, what it's like working with these young people. Xanthan gum, who would have guessed?
Yeah.
All the regulars Munchies segment here on OTB.
I also just found out, my wife sent me the text because she knows I'm a big fan. Patrick Swayze would have been 70 today.
Rip. Would you say you're crazy for Swayze?
We'll come back with a Patrick Swayze ditty in the next break.
And we will also, we got to talk a little Pelicans schedule release. I think I had something that I was mad about that I was going to get to as well.
The Big Ten?
Oh, yes, that is the news. The big breaking news is the Big Ten has finalized their contract. And unless I'm like really misunderstanding things, the Big Ten might have just smashed the SEC. But we'll talk more about it next here on OTB.
OTB, OT.
Go to All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com, All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com. The same way Chef is going to get you where you need to be, where these athletes need to be, All-Star Toyota can get you where you need to be, literally, because it's a car. Get it? It goes from point A to B. Go to All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge today, okay?
That's it?
Just buy your car from there.
You're done
we tell
with
you
them?
every day. We tell you twice a day. Just buy your car from All-Star Toyota, support OTB.
All right, yeah. You should go to allstartoyotaofbatonrouge.com. A lot of different options. Trucks, van, midsize, full-size SUV, sedan, you name it. They've got it. Buying, leasing, renting, per-day rental prices. Best you're going to find out there. So no matter what you're looking for, remember the full fleet is available in all the things we talk about. Go to allstartoyotaofbatonrouge.com.
Our listeners fire up their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
This is a house call. This is a follow-up appointment. This is a diabetes checkup. This isn't just more convenient care, it's more advanced care. This is innovating healthcare at Louisiana's #1 hospital, Ochsner.
ServiceMaster Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact ServiceMaster Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. ServiceMaster Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
It's no secret. The best oysters in Baton Rouge are at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar. Enjoy mouth-watering South Louisiana flavor and oysters from all over the country. And don't forget our nightly drink specials. Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar, located in downtown Baton Rouge.
Eli's always.
Join us for a Thursday edition of Hunt and Hill. Joe Burrow is the cover boy for SI this month. Connor Orr wrote the piece. He joins us at 1 o'clock, and we'll take another look at LSU fall practice. Hunt and Hill, noon to 2 weekdays on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
She's like the wind through my tree. She rides the night next to me. She leads me through moonlight, only to burn me with the sun. She's taking my heart, but she doesn't know what she's done. Feel the breath.
OTB OT with Hester and T-Bob on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge and 94.7 ESPN Alexandria.
Jeff Saturday's on my TV right now.
Well, Patrick Swayze's in my ears. That's more important.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. Sorry. Stepped over the Swayze bit.
Yeah. Would have been 70 years old today. Legend. Red Dawn, Roadhouse, Point Break.
They're remaking
Ghost.
Roadhouse.
I saw that. They
with Jake Gyllenhaal.
They made Roadhouse 2. My older brother was actually an extra in it. They filmed it in Shreveport. Awful movie. Roadhouse 1, fantastic.
Rest in Patrick.
Dalton, great name.
I like that.
Out of everything I tried today, Danny, that's the one that elicited the giggle? The incredibly lazy Rest in Patrick? Marcus got a Davenport, couldn't get a giggle, and Rest in Patrick got one?
You're at your best when you don't try.
Yeah, you are. I will,
no, I wasn't
that.
talking specifically about Joseph, but everybody.
No, but for sure T-Bob. Like, T-Bob, you're funny organically. You don't have to try. It just happens, you know?
That's why comedy's so hard, though. How do you write comedy? I'm trying to think about what my favorite Swayze thing is.
I just saw
It's got to be either Roadhouse or Point Break.
I just saw Point Break.
I've never seen either, so I guess
on the way to Italy.
Swayze then. How was it?
It was. I mean, it was.
I've only seen the scene where he's running away and Keanu Reeves has a gun. And he's like, ah! And he like can't do it. He can't
shoots
pull
in the
trigger.
air.
Yeah, that's what he does. He starts shooting in the air. He can't pull the trigger.
It's very, very. It was made in the 90s, right?
He jumps out of an airplane and
late
catches
80s,
Patrick.
early 90s. I think late 80s.
It's very
Maybe early
of
90s.
its time era for sure. But I thought Patrick Swayze was better than Keanu in that movie.
Yeah, I mean Patrick Swayze.
Keanu was the main actor, but I thought Swayze was better.
Swayze and
I mean Dirty Dancing.
Yeah, Dirty Dancing would be the only one that I've seen, and I love Dirty Dancing. He's great, Dirty Dancing.
You've never seen Roadhouse?
No.
I don't know how to take this information right now.
You seen the Family Guy Roadhouse?
Oh God!
Roadhouse.
If you are going
Roadhouse.
to slander Roadhouse for Family
Roadhouse.
Guy,
No. Family Guy Peter loves Roadhouse,
Yes.
but his memory of the video is just, or the movie's just saying Roadhouse and doing roundhouse kicks. So he's just constantly kicking people, saying Roadhouse the entire time. I'm guessing Patrick Swayze kicks a lot of people in that movie. I always get Patrick Swayze and Kurt Russell a bit confused in my head. They look kind of similar to me. Am I off base here?
No, I mean maybe the hair at one point in the 80s.
Can I get a side by side here, Daniel?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we've
done this before.
Oh yeah, okay.
And who? Wait, Patrick Swayze and who?
Kurt Russell.
Kurt Russell.
Yeah, I've never seen Ghost. Louis Carroll saying Ghost was really, really good. Oh man, I had one more thing to say about Swayze, and now I forgot. So hopefully it'll come back into my head. Some massive breaking news here out of the Big Ten, and Brett McMurphy, who never seen. Okay, come on, dude. Those guys look alike. Are you messing with me?
It's just the hair, bud. They look like their faces look nothing alike.
Yeah, I mean, Swayze's got fuller lips, to be sure. But I don't know. I mean, yeah, maybe the hair is going a long way there. Square jaws, both very good looking. Anyway, Brett McMurphy already has the scoop on the Action Network. Seems like he always does. But the Big Ten has landed a massive whale of a media rights agreement. And why this matters, in the age of the epic college football wars, right, in which everybody's trying to pay out their schools as much money as possible, because money equals facilities, equals recruiting power, equals wins, equals prestige, equals everything. Money fuels everything in college football. The Big Ten just landed the largest media rights agreement in college athletics history. They have struck a deal with Fox, CBS, NBC, Peacock, and FS1. So the same thing we talked about the other day for eschewing ESPN, right? The content wars have truly begun now. No more Big Ten on ESPN. Now there will be Big Ten on CBS. And this deal is for 7 years, from July 1st, 2023 through June 30th, 2030. And it is worth $7 to $8 billion. In fact, there are escalators that could push it up to $10 billion. That is $1 billion a year. Why this is so shocking to me, and look, there may be elements I'm not fully understanding here. Is the ESPN deal only about football? Is this more than football? Still, I can't imagine that the difference could be explained by that, given how other sports don't really make that much money. But the Big Ten deal is paying out $1 billion a year. ESPN's deal right now, the massive upgrade from the CBS deal, which was $55 million a year, which made sense. Mike Slive traded money for exposure, and it helped to build the empire of the SEC. But then they're like, okay, now it's time for the payday. ESPN gave the SEC $300 million a year. The Big Ten just signed for $1 billion a year. Triple, over, triple. That's massive. That is a massive, unless I am misunderstanding something greatly here, that is a massive win for Kevin Warren and the Big Ten. 2 years removed from the pandemic where he was vilified, Sankey was applauded. Sankey was very cocky at SEC Media Days. We talked about it. It was one of the big takeaways. Carrying himself like the emperor of college football. That rightfully, he had the right to. All these shots about contiguous geography. Well, guess what? That non-contiguous geography with USC and UCLA joining the conference just helped to create a $1 billion a year deal. Wild, wild stuff. And I wonder if the SEC is feeling a bit cheated now because, like, they didn't do a bidding war. They went with ESPN because the SEC network, and now they did not get nearly as much as the Big Ten did.
Yeah, and that's what I'm trying to find right now. The new deal for the SEC worth at least $3 billion in total.
It's $300 million over 10 years.
Right, and remember, they were coming off I believe it was it $55 million?
It was only $55 million a year from CBS. It was like the greatest deal in sports media history. But Slive did it on purpose. He knew that they needed the spotlight Saturday afternoon, all that stuff. But yeah, so still a massive upgrade for the SEC, but now pales into comparison with the deal that the Big Ten just struck.
Fox FS1 will have 24 to 27 football games for the Big Ten in 23 and 24, then 30 to 32 games each of the next 6 seasons. And there's also some men's and women's basketball in there as well for Fox and FS1. The Big Ten Network will have 38 to 41 games, and that will increase, I believe, to 50 games. NBC will have 16 football games in 23 and 14 to 15 thereafter. That's big as well.
Have they ever had that before, or they were only Notre Dame?
They've only been Notre Dame. And so that is massive. I mean, Notre Dame was able to have their own network. I mean, their own major network as well. It's not like it was like Channel 676. I mean, it was NBC. You get some antennas and some tinfoil, you can get NBC anywhere, right? So that's why that was such a massive deal. So It's a big win. It's a big win for the Big Ten. I mean, that's a massive, massive deal. And
Big Ten, more like big win. There you go. I'm going to use that.
it doesn't, like, you don't have to have a pun for everything.
No, but that's like good, though.
It's applicable to the situation, but
I forgot what I was going to say, though.
My bad. It popped in my head, straight to the mouth. You know how it goes. But I'm going to, you know what? I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt that you're about to make a really good point. So let's just all pretend like Jake had a really good point. We're like, damn, that's true. Does it jog you at all if I say big win for the Big Ten? Because that's what you were talking about.
No. It was something with NBC and CBS, but I can't get there right now.
Well, now, I mean, CBS is going to have Big Ten instead of the SEC, which we all talked about before is very weird. Also weird, NBC going to have, and it makes sense they took it, like, Jake, what do you think? What's your read on this? Was the SEC unable to play the pitting services against one another game because they were already so in bed with ESPN?
I mean, I'm sure. I mean, the SEC network runs through ESPN. It's not a secret, and it's highly successful. So what do you do if you try to create a bidding war? That'd be very difficult. There'd be a lot of moving parts for them. Not saying it couldn't be done, but that certainly would be something that would be very difficult for them. Like, ESPN would have to be involved somewhat. There'd have to be a portion of ESPN tied to the SEC. You couldn't completely go away from it. At least it feels like it, just because, I mean, ESPN employees work for the SEC network.
Yeah.
I mean, you completely have to blow it up and start over. So I'm sure, and it had something to do with it, without question.
Yeah, I'm jealous of Aaron Murray. He started working for ESPN, and they gave him a Disney card where you just get to, like, flash it and you just get into Disney. What the hell, man? I want a Disney card. They said this thing has escalators that could bring it up to $10 billion. And Kevin Warren has also said that the Big Ten is not done yet adding, right? I think he sees this, and it makes sense now why he's been so hyper-aggressive in terms of expansion, is, Jake, I think he senses a little blood in the water. At a time when the SEC is leaning on staying pat and being selective, the Big Ten's kind of saying, no, we are going all in on this thing. We are, and it's interesting because it kind of mirrors a lot of how the content wars are going in general, right? Where even though the talk of this has chilled out a bit, all these massive corporations are chasing their own metaverse, right? Like, they want you to live in their ecosystem. How do they do that? They buy up massive amounts of content. It's why Microsoft just bought Blizzard for over $60 billion here recently. The Big Ten's kind of doing the same thing. They're going to say, okay, you want to talk about quality? You want to talk about contiguous geography? We don't give a damn. We're gonna just snatch up IPs, and we're going to count on that making us more money in the end. Pretty wild stuff here, man. Now, it does say that it's very backloaded because right now CBS doesn't have the money to pay that and other reasons. So that, like, early on, payments out to schools will still be around $65 million for the first couple of years, but they will be over $100 million by the end of this contract, which, again, is just 7 years away.
So now it's, okay, well, what do you do? Can you do anything if you're the SEC? I mean, why would ESPN? I mean, that's the same thing with the ACC. They've got them over barrel till 2036.
Yeah. ESPN's not going to be like, oh, yeah, let's pay you more. No, you're done,
I mean,
dude.
This is what it is.
It's inked for 10 years. This is a 7-year deal, which could go either way. If it fails greatly, then, maybe they don't get it. But given how these things grow, chances are after 7 years, it's like LeBron has 2-year contracts. They're going to re-up and get even more. Power moves by the Big Ten here. Mario, don't ever hit such an aggressive yawn.
Dude, what do you have going on, man?
Don't ever hit such an
That
aggressive
was just
yawn.
a yawn. I'm sorry.
It's not very supportive of the host.
It
feels like a commentary.
You've been a hologram.
I know
today.
how that is. That's rude if the producers do that. I'm sorry. I have no excuse. Good excuse.
Yeah, good.
Not the most riveting stuff from here.
Oh wow.
Are you all you want me to be honest?
What?
Oh my god.
What?
It is for the audience, just not for me.
I can't, dude.
Yeah, I know. Just, I know, T.
I cannot handle you right now,
I know.
and that you apologized and then immediately said, "Yeah, but it's boring as hell," which I appreciate. I appreciate the honesty, but the level of Ricky Bobbiness to be like, "Oh yeah, I said no offense in the Geneva Convention. Look it up." You're go to timeout. Go to timeout. You're on mute.
All right,
Marty, you need to get a burger.
You're doing audio and video the rest of the show.
Mute yourself.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Now it's like
Go to
you
timeout.
can't do what I do.
Yeah, go to timeout, dude.
You
All
can
right.
do video.
You know what, Mario? I don't even want to talk Pelicans. I don't even want to talk Pelicans.
You're gonna
schedule
punish
anymore.
all the Pelicans fans because I yawned?
Yes. Pelicans fans, if you're upset that you didn't get any Pelicans content today, you can talk to your brother, okay? No, we will talk a little Pelicans when we get back. But I'm very intrigued to dive deeper in this Big Ten situation. To be clear, this is all very surface level reaction here. I'm wondering if there's elements that we're missing. We will see. Coming up next.
OTB, OT.
GEAUXroof.com. GoRoof.com. 927-8300 is number 927-8300. The roof. Your roof. Your roof is on fire. Do not let that MFer burn. Call 927-8300. Well, actually, call the fire department first. But then afterwards, call 927-8300. Hit with the roofs. And then get that free professional estimate. Very easy. You'll see how easy it is when you call them to set up a time, get an idea of what it's like to work with the professionals over there at Go Roof. You set up a time. They come out to your home. You can trust them. Licensed, bond, insured. Of course, it's an amateur hour. But then after the work is done, what I love is they go out of their way to make sure that you have peace of mind. They offer a 2-year workmanship guarantee on top of that manufacturer warranty. So once again, it's an easy play, boys and girls. Don't think too much about it. It's GEAUXroof.com. A beautiful new roof every shingle time.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
At All Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All Star Toyota today.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
This isn't just another day. It's so much more. Kelly's life was put on hold when her auctioneer primary care doctor discovered a rare blood disorder. Her doctor connected her to an auctioneer care team of cancer, heart, and kidney specialists. With multiple primary care locations around Baton Rouge, same-day appointments, and online scheduling, we're relentless about keeping you healthy. Auctioneer Baton Rouge, innovating healthcare for Kelly.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
This summer, meet Acura's heroes of performance. Only available at the Acura Summer of Performance.
This summer, visit your local Acura dealer for attractive offers on the MDX.
Moscona inviting you to join us for Thursday's AFR, presented by the Aesthetic Medicine and Anti-Aging Clinics of Louisiana.
Connor Orr wrote the Sports Illustrated cover story on Joe Burrow. He joins us on AFR Thursday, 3 to 6, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
.1045 ESPN Baton Rouge and Citizens Bank and Trust hope to add to your football party budget this year with a $5,000 national grand prize or a $1,000 local cash prize. Register now for a chance to win at 1045ESPN.com. Best of luck and happy tailgating from Citizens Bank and Trust and 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
OTB, OT with Hester and T-Bob on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge and 94.7 ESPN Alexandria.
Had to wake up after that read.
God, it was boring.
You like my horse impression?
You lost it.
Sometimes you can hit the cheek. Sometimes I can't. I can't get it consistently.
Heard that before.
Wow. Y'all have let me know when you have the David Griffin video ready to roll. Because the Pelicans released their schedule yesterday. And you know what? Kind of ironically for all my rage, no Bally, no problem. Over 20% of the games are going to be on national TV, boys. There's about 18 games on this schedule getting the natty stage. 3 more than last season, proving that the Pelicans are one of the more interesting teams entering this season of the NBA. A lot of positive momentum. Here is how, immediately after following the rage over the Bally news, they kind of quieted a lot of that rage. The pretty great social media video. Here you go.
You get used to it.
So what I love about this is multiple things. First off, Dave Griffin can play the piano, which is pretty awesome. That's just impressive in general. If I could choose to play one instrument in the world, that's what it would be.
The perfect hands for
it. So we know that was...
What was that cocked eyebrow you just had?
No, I don't think he's really playing the piano.
Yeah, no, it's not synced up with what he's playing, but no, he actually can play the piano.
Okay.
What are y'all talking about? That's the whole point of the video, is the meta commentary on the story of him playing for Zion Williamson, and it being this big drama about how Zion was weirded out by the entire thing.
I feel you. He just didn't play that specific tune, like you said.
Or maybe he did, but they just did not edit it to when he was playing. You saw that man playing just now. That was not like he was playing something. David Griffin can play the piano.
Well, we don't know if he was actually playing something.
Okay, how good do you think? How much time do you think David Griffin has committed to learning how to fake play the piano? And then I want you to go home and film yourself, Danny. If you have access to a keyboard and you like movies and acting and stuff, I want you to film yourself fake playing the piano. You know what, Mario? I know you think you can do it. So I want you to go find a keyboard and film yourself fake playing the piano and have it look as real as what you just saw out of David Griffin.
If Danny's doing the editing, we got this.
Okay, yeah, go for it. But no, I'm going to support Dave Griffin here. He can play the piano, and I do like the Zion joke in there.
The important thing is he finally hired a good coach.
The Pelicans, in terms of the opener, are going to start at Barclays against the Nets. Okay, how about that? We don't know who will be on the team for the Nets, but it should be Zion's first game back, as Rod Walker points out, in 533 days. Do you know what his stat line was last time out, Jake? 23, 12, and 7. How about it? 2 years. We've been robbed of his beauty. Glad to be back. The home opener is pretty nicely timed as well. They're not going to go head-to-head with the Saints, despite the fact that it's on a Sunday. It's going to be October 23rd. The Saints will have played on Thursday that week, so there should be a lot of juice for that home opener. Smoothie King Center rocking, Zion back. And, in fact, during the fall, only 2 days do both teams play games on the same day. So there might be more room for the Pelicans to operate within this early portion of the season. The bottom line for me is they got to start fast, dude, or at least start 500, right? I cannot go through another year like 3-16. It was 5-10 the year before that. It was 6-22. 6-22 may have been that like 1-11 year as well. Maybe that was even a different year. Either way, there's been way too many seasons where all the excitement has completely dissipated within the first month. So crucial, and it sucks because the toughest part of the schedule for the Pelicans this year is actually in the beginning, but it's crucial that they at least tread water during that portion.
Yeah, you can't just assume that the way you started last year and the way you obviously got back and you made the postseason and you really had a nice series against the Suns, like you can't just bank on that happening again. Hey, you know what? If you get out to a fast start, it's pretty easy. You don't have to dig yourself out of this huge grave. So with the team they have, the pieces they have, who they've wanted to keep as their core, right? There's a couple different times they could have made some moves this offseason. They didn't because they liked their core. We think that they drafted well. You get Zion, right, a top-tier talent. Like, I understand there's question marks there, and those question marks have to be answered. But I can't imagine that with this roster, they're going to get off to anything close to what they did a year ago.
Yeah, they've got a couple cool stretches. Rod Walker points out as well. You want to talk about a championship stretch? November 18th, you'll play host to the Celtics. On November 20th, you get the Rams coming to town. And then the Warriors on November 21st, all teams that play the championships. To start the year, you get Eagles January 1st, 76ers January 2nd. Little Philly of Philly. Danny, we heard the yawn. You two are fired. Take a lap. When we get back, let's do a little.
Not
anywhere on the AccuTempBR.com. Maybe you need to warm it up in here or cool it off to keep the producers engaged. AccuTempBR.com, your AC, heating, and electrical masters. Go to AccuTemp, look at the online reviews, trust OTB or don't. Do it for yourself, and you're going to see why they say that they have service to the highest degree. They are the absolute best. AccuTempBR.com. What, Daniel?
Yawns are contagious. So, like, when y'all started doing fake yawns, that started the trickle effect.
And it just passed through your body?
Yes.
5 minutes later.
100%. I never yawned during
When we
this
get
show.
back, Ask the Bench next.
OTB, OT. This week on DropBiscuit.com or wherever you listen to podcasts is our new series, Pops, the Louis Armstrong story. Pops is brought to you by New Orleans & Company. Check out NewOrleans.com and come visit New Orleans.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Are you a licensed contractor? There's lots of good contractors in Louisiana doing work the right way, but unfortunately, too many unlicensed contractors are working outside the licensing requirements. Working as a contractor in Louisiana requires a license for the company doing the work. The Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors wants to help you get licensed to allow you to conduct work legally. It's not difficult to get the license. We can help you. Go to lacontractor.org for more information. Licensed contractors, it's the law.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
This is a house call. This is a follow-up appointment. This is a diabetes checkup. This isn't just more convenient care, it's more advanced care. This is innovating healthcare at Louisiana's #1 hospital, Ochsner.
ServiceMaster Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact ServiceMaster Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. ServiceMaster Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
It's no secret. The best oysters in Baton Rouge are at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar. Enjoy mouth-watering South Louisiana flavor and oysters from all over the country. And don't forget our nightly drink specials. Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar, located in downtown Baton Rouge.
Eli's always been into grilling. It took us a while to see it, but the signs were there.
What are you doing, Eli?
I knew grilling was my thing. I have been talking about it throughout my career.
Happy with the results?
I am. Got the new grill from barbecueguys.com. It performed great.
My advice, as I always told my boys,
do more of what you're born to do.
Barbecue Guys, for those who were born to grill.
The handyman filling in. Game time presented by Bet Rivers at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar, downtown facing Town Square. Game time presented by Bet Rivers, 6 to 8 p.m. from Jolie Pearl on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
OTB OT with Hester and T-Bob on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge and 94.7 ESPN Alexandria.
Ask the bench. Over under 55 wins for the Pels. Under 55.
Under, yeah. You could still get 50 wins and be like a 6 seed or something, yeah.
Remember, Ask the Bench brought to you by Colker's Light Visit Art Sales and Blue Moon Light Sky Citrus Week. Ask the Bench. Today, Jay Johnson will introduce his new staff in a press conference. What time's that press conference? Will it be streamed? Should not have read that question. I don't know.
Wes Johnson sounds like Mincy.
But it probably will be streamed.
Shouldn't have.
Ask the Bench.
Oh.
Y'all watching She-Hulk? It's pretty damn funny. The reviews are good. A lot of people were poo-pooing the trailer. Reviews are good. I'll check it out maybe. I don't know if I'm going to rush to see it, but I will watch it probably eventually.
Yeah, T-Bob will take 7 weeks to finish the series.
Ask the Bench. Best LSU football uniform, purple, gold stripes. It's top. I don't care about this question.
Okay, well, you're not the only person in the room. I know you forget that sometimes. I love the traditional uniform, but if you're going non-traditional, I actually love the all-white they wore against A&M. I just wish the stripes would match the pants. So if they can get that right, because I know that uniform was never supposed to go together, but if they can get that right, I'll take that.
Hey, Jake, you gambling on anything today on DraftKings Sportsbook app?
Yeah, hit actually a pretty nice little parlay on MLB baseball last night.
Of course you did.
$15
Always.
turned into $227.
Damn. Jake is constantly hitting on these parlays. No, whoa. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Promo code Baton Rouge. You bet $5 on any college football game. Win or lose, you get $200 in free bets to play with. Guys, if you're like me and you're a big wuss when it comes to gambling, but you do find it kind of fun and you like to do $10, $20 bets, that $200 can literally last you the entirety of football season. So just download DraftKings Sportsbook app, promo code Baton Rouge, all one word, and just, have some fun, man.
21 or older, physically present in Louisiana. Availability varies by parish. Eligibility restrictions apply. Minimum $5 deposit. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for full terms and conditions. Licensee partner Golden Nugget, Lake Charles. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-770-STOP. 7867.
You're like Garrett Dellinger right now. You're in your head a little bit, rolling back snaps.
Not in his head.
He's in his head. He's got Mason Smith.
Like Garrett Dellinger, I've been put in a difficult situation.
What? Have you ever taken blame for anything in your life?
Yes, all the time. On this show, multiple times.
That was a little lack of accountability there on that last statement. I just realized I never gave my full Garrett Dellinger snap breakdown thing and why I'm not worried about it.
Tease?
Yeah, we can do
for
it tomorrow. Yeah, we'll do it tomorrow. Look, we love y'all. Y'all have a great day. We're going to have to work on us, obviously. And we're going to come back and present a more united front tomorrow, boys. Okay? Good Vibes Friday.
I feel great.
I feel
Shut
great
up,
too.
Danny.
Nobody cares about you.
Waiting for that. I care about you, Danny.
I care about all of you. I love every one of you equally.
OTB, OT.
Work friends.
GoTrosOutdoorPower.com. GoTros. OutdoorPower.com. All your heavy equipment needs. You want to go to GoTro. Shane GoTro started this thing 18 years ago, y'all, because he was in the business. He was buying equipment. He's like, you know what, dude? These dealers don't treat you like you should. So if you want something done, what do? You do it yourself. And he's done that to great success because you get treated the right way. They make it easy over there at GoTros. You get full access to the parts and service departments when you buy from them. Anywhere in the state, I don't care where you live, you will get free delivery. So go to GoTrosOutdoorPower.com today.
T-Bob, if you live in Shreveport, free delivery.
Yeah.
Alexandria.
Yeah.
New Orleans.
Yeah.
Certainly here in Baton Rouge,
Opelousas.
but you can just go to the showroom. And
Poverty Point.
Cut off. Monroe. Minden.
Winsboro.
Homa.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
This isn't just another day, it's so much more. Kelly's life was put on hold when her auctioneer primary care doctor discovered a rare blood disorder. Her doctor connected her to an auctioneer care team of cancer, heart, and kidney specialists. With multiple primary care locations around Baton Rouge, same-day appointments, and online scheduling, we're relentless about keeping you healthy. Auctioneer Baton Rouge, innovating healthcare for Kelly.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
This summer, meet Acura's heroes of performance. Only available at the Acura Summer of Performance.
This summer, visit your local Acura dealer for attractive offers on the MDX.
Vizzy, the first hard seltzer with antioxidant vitamin C. It just hits different. Vizzy, step up your seltzer game.